Little mama, show me you're moving. Put your back into it. And we're live.
Gang, gang. In his thing. Freestyle, H time. No, I'm talking about, man.
All right, we're live. Fuck it. We on. All right. 3. Deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Episode number 97 of the Absolute Shit Podcast is here. It's your boy D-Friend.
Be nearly.
We back for another episode full of conversation, debate, topics, all that good things like that. We're officially 2, well, really 3, but the third one will be the 100 until we do the R&B top 100. I still haven't collected the songs, but the top 100 R&B show will be the 100th episode. So be ready for that. Follow on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Just search up Absolute Sure, and you'll find it there. Salute to everybody listening.
Quick warning. Y'all gonna want to be there live if y'all not gonna listen on SoundCloud or iTunes, because they gonna take that shit
YouTube gonna take it down. They took down the last one that we did. We was playing all the music and shit like that. They took that one down, so I'm sure this one they're gonna take down. So it'll be more. I think on episode number like 99, it'll be like hey, and I might put out like a little video, like a podcast, like the day of, just like hey, tonight it's 9:30. We here. We ready to get it on, and we need you there because last time these two guys.
What you gotta do? You gotta show a little teaser of the bracket. And then we can flip it up once we start it, but you just gotta show them how it's might look. You know what I'm talking about?
That's true. Get you a little excited, get you ready to go. We're gonna have to do that. But we got a lot of things to discuss today.
Prime time marketing.
A lot of things have happened this week. So before we get to that, before we get to bullshit, let's start with good things. Good things for me is, just continually living life. We went to the Renaissance Festival. That shit was fun. That was a good time. I still wish I didn't get to do the archery though, or the axe throwing, and I didn't see the tomato guy, but it was still a good time.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I tried to do the little, what's that shit called? The hammer? What's that shit called? Hammer throw? Not the hammer throw.
The power of tower.
Yeah, that shit didn't work out for me, big dog.
You got higher than me though.
No, I'm talking about my damn button popped off my shit.
I forgot. The nigga had to get his shoelaces.
I had to tie my shoelaces real quick. I had to get real old school with it, perfect place, Renaissance Festival. I had to, get some things right.
These niggas walking around with kilts on, half naked. I don't know.
I had like the little, like the little sports tights on. I probably could have got away with it. I don't think anybody had been like flabbergasted about what I had on compared to what everybody else had on.
I mean, you probably could have just walked around in your drawers.
That's what I'm saying. I had like the little tights on.
I don't think nobody would have tripped. They'd just been like, he different.
They couldn't have tripped. It was dudes literally walking around there with their ass out.
It was a little knitted quilt in the front, little nail quilt in the back, all thigh out. You can see little ass cheek on the side. I'm just being real with you. Yeah. It was weird. The nigga had to be by 67.
He was an old guy doing it.
He was limping. He had a staff. I mean, he looked like he was back in the times. And like real talk, like how I was saying, it couldn't have been that bad. He looked like it could have been that bad. He embodied what we feel like that era looked like pain, suffering.
He was having a bad time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all your good things.
Yeah, that's all I got.
I mean, he stole one of mine, but besides that, that was a part of my vacation, first vacation ever. So I enjoyed it. It was nice. Having the time to just chill. I feel like, bro, I ain't cleaned up my house or my apartment as good as since I moved into it. Cause it's like, bro, once you really just start moving and being on the go, bro, like you're gonna clean up, but you kind of have to do it. When you're on vacation, bro, you be sitting around the house, you start looking around, like you just get inspired. Like it's just different, I feel like. So
you done on vacation, right?
Oh yeah, I'm back. I'm already been back for like 2-3 days.
Oh damn. The struggle.
Nah, it's cool. It ain't been bad.
But nah, my bad. I'm trying to upload this damn thing, but we got a lot of things to talk about. I don't know what Bryce's supposed to get into first.
We lie. Ooh, let me get into the notes. My bad, y'all. I ain't even really think about that. Ooh,
I mean, we can start with the rap shit if you want to. Well, no. I leave that. I leave that for when people start, hopping on a little bit. I leave that for later.
we can talk about John Gruden.
Yeah, because I honestly, I really don't care that much about this. Like, I'm not a person who really gets offended by. Maybe because I'm not in the NFL, right? I'm not there. I don't feel like he's talking about me. But, I don't want to discredit anybody's feelings or anything like that. But
I
I
agree
really
with
don't
you,
know.
really, but when you start thinking about how he affected a lot of players, like Marcus King, the punter, like he kicked him out supposedly because it wasn't because he was lacking skills or he was digressing because he was one of the best punters in the league. It was more because he didn't like his personality and stuff like
That's
that.
what I was saying when I did the thing about. I was like, maybe it's not. I could always say, I don't give a fuck, ain't got nothing to do with me. But if that personality he spewed out in emails is spewing out into his professional life, then
Which
it becomes a problem for the players, the people that are actually affected by what John Gruden does and says. So I can see it from that perspective.
yeah, I feel like, and I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of other players that we like obviously don't know or don't have like the clout to be able to get a story about them being like treated wrong in NFL. Because I mean, it's a lot of players that just get pumped and dumped essentially in the
Yeah.
NFL. They don't even get to play one preseason game sometimes. Like they packed their clothes there and then they got packed out there quick. Like so, but I'm pretty sure Joe he got probably some other stories too.
I mean,
But
Antonio Brown even said it himself. He said something about John Gruden. I don't remember exactly what he said about him, but he had like a little story about John and the way he
it's
was.
speaking of him, it's kind of crazy because they like people like as time go by, he's starting to play good. He obviously got his mental health together. They was talking about how he been right about Juju Smith-Schuster, how he been right about the
I
Steelers,
seen that, but I don't get the
right
Juju
about
Smith-Schuster
Oklahoma.
shit. What did Juju? What did he do?
He said he I guess him and Juju had like a competitive rivalry or some shit where they really didn't like each other as much. But Juju was kind of like glad he was gone or whatever like that. And Antonio Brown was basically like, bro, you'll never be a one. You basically a two. And like right now, I think he a three. So he
Nah, I think he's
like
a starter for the Steelers, but he's gonna be better like when he's not the guy. Like if you got Antonio Brown on the other side and you're gonna be not double teamed as much, like I
but
think that's pretty like I get the two thing. Like you're not a number one. Like even if Antonio Brown get double teamed, DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, like they're still gonna
yeah, I'm about to say,
do what they
what's
got
his
to do.
dude? Devontae Adams, he like the only. I mean, they got some other receivers, but like they know they going to him, and he
Yeah,
gets open all the time. So yeah, he's just not that dude.
yeah,
And they wouldn't say like that's why I put him first, like because it's kind of a joke. Like, but he was right. Like technically, he not that dude.
yeah.
Like he was trying to say it. He wrote antics and skills, and then he was right about the Steelers organization, like Big Ben. They shouldn't have got rid of Le'Veon Bell. They probably should have kept him. They should have kept the team around and maybe like talk to Ben or tried to move Ben because he was on his way down versus we still stars and shit.
Yeah,
And now they kind of seeing it because what they like 1-4 or something
yeah,
like they're
bro,
not
they're
doing
not
good
that
right
great.
now. Yeah. So and then obviously what you said about Gruden and I think it was like a GM or something like that as well
Yeah,
of the Oakland Raiders like
the guy
that
who covers he used to cover the draft for the NFL a lot. What's his name? Mike Mayock. I think that's who the Mike Mayock. I don't know what Mike Mayock did, but I know Mike Mayock is.
I remember like he recorded him. Antonio Brown recorded him or John Gruden on the phone, but then like supposedly he called them like racist or like something like
Yeah,
at the thing, and that was basically what ended it. But he ain't been wrong about him in a sense. So it's been funny just to see that how time progressed because that boy was on like when we talk about let time progress and you can get back on people's side, bro. He's one of those examples because
yeah.
everybody was down on him, like tremendously down on him. Nobody had faith in
I
him. Like
always feel like when you shout out to my boy Matlock in the building, shout out
gang,
Full
gang,
Throttle in
gang,
the
gang,
building.
gang.
But I always feel like when these things come out, like y'all knew what type of dude John Gruden was. Like he been in the NFL forever. Like he coached the Buccaneers in like 2003. Like y'all knew what type of time he was on. But also like it was funny because I seen a meme. They was like, y'all see the first emails that came out was him talking about the dude with the big lips, right? And it was like kind of quiet. Like that happened. Randy Moss cried. Like nobody was really tripping. But as soon as some like homophobic shit leaked, and they're like, oh, he's got to resign, and then they just put like a picture of Dave Chappelle because that's what Dave Chappelle said in the special. Like anybody can say anything about black people, but as soon as you talk about X, Y, and Z other people, it's oh you got to be fired, oh you got to be resigned, oh you got to get up out of here. So I do wonder honestly if the other emails did not get leaked of him calling Goodell the F word, that's a derogatory term for gay people, or he also called him a pussy.
Like that's overboard.
And he said something about the women's referees or something like that.
Okay, I didn't hear about that.
I didn't see the emails. I just seen that was in the article.
He also did say something about they made somebody draft the first gay dude of
queer. He said he's forcing the Rams to draft queers or something like that.
Yeah, so that was pretty wild. Now him calling Jeff Goodell, you know, the word that we shouldn't say, the cigarette word.
Yeah,
but I mean, you call people out your name if you don't like them.
Yeah, I don't look at. Only reason I don't.
It was personal, like that was personal.
Yeah, the only reason I don't look at that one is too crazy. Like, obviously, you shouldn't say it. It's like, oh, if he was saying about a black person, he said the N-word, people would be mad. Like, I get that part. But, like, also, with that time in 2010, 2011.
It was that long ago?
Not saying, yeah, it was like 2011, 2010. Not saying it was right, but, I mean, come on. In high school, bro, people was letting that word fly. I didn't even know what that meant. I thought that was just a word that people use to describe X, Y, and Z. And in high school, I didn't even know that was like some type of slur, really. I knew it was like, I thought it was just a word you use to talk shit to your friends. I didn't know that
word.
I didn't know people actually used it against gay people when I was in high school. Maybe I'm naive, but that's how I didn't know.
I knew that. But I mean, you never really said it to gay people though. When you said it to gay people, that's when you was like, all right.
I wonder if in 2021, if gay Y is bad to say. Because that's what
gay Y.
When we was like elementary, it's like, oh, you're gay Y. Like, you're not just gay, you gay Y. I don't know why gay Y was a thing, but like, you're gay.
No. Gay Y didn't mean you was extra gay. It would mean you kind of gay. Gay Y was like, you kind of gay. Like, I forgot. I think that's what it was. It wasn't that you was extra gay, but I don't remember. That shit was so fucking
Mike Morgan, why do you delete people's comments? I don't delete. This is the thing. This ain't about the show, but like people always think you delete comments, but like when you say wild shit, YouTube is gonna delete the comments themselves. If you curse in a comment, if you say certain buzzwords on you, they're gonna delete the comment. I like talking. If you talking shit, I like talking shit back. So believe me, if your comment gone, buddy, it ain't me. It was YouTube. Because you can look at my comments. There's a lot of shit on there of people talking shit. Why wouldn't I delete all that shit? And I just delete yours. That don't make no fucking sense. I got people I got people that used to wish death, call me fat ass, all kind of shit. I don't delete them comments, so why would I delete your comment? I hate when people say that dumb shit. You probably said some stupid shit. YouTube was like, oh, we can't have that up. I hate dumb shit. But anyways, look, he commented on here and he commented on my page. You deleted comment. Nigga, I ain't gotta delete your comment. Comment what you want to comment. And then whatever you said, that's whatever. Anyways, my bad. Back to John Gruden. He's gone. I don't think they've ever updated what the Raiders are doing. I don't think they said like they got a new coach, they're gonna do whatever. You know, that's the game, man. That's how I go. I just, I don't know. It's wild.
I feel like we kind of all feel like all the owners kind of feel that way. I mean, they may be wrong, maybe some modern owners, but
they feel like what? I
feel like if you can say what you want to say, but if you're not really showing any like discriminative behavior, but he did say some outrageous shit though.
Yeah, like when he said they forced the Rams to hire queers. It's like okay.
There's nothing I can do to justify it. Like, I'm trying to be like, because I really don't care. Because I mean, like people gonna say what they say. It don't really affect me. Like if that's how you feel, that shows a display of your ignorance, not like how it's like that's not really who I am. Yeah. So I mean, I don't ever really be tripping on stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's a brand, and the NFL's always about marketing and making money, and you can't have nobody that. I mean, if you keep it in your closet, and the fact that it came out, you're a messy person. So
but the fact that he felt the comfortability to email it, obviously through an official email, it wasn't like a personal, like you emailing that through like official channels. If they being able to pull it up and find it, like what are you doing? Are you crazy? I would never send nothing crazy in a work email to somebody.
I feel like that's definitely messy. Only thing I could only possibly like be like, if he was that comfortable, maybe other people was already doing it. But I don't know. Yeah, either way, it's messy. And if you're gonna speak like that, you better be speaking to people that you trust. You better be speaking to people that you trust, because you can't. A lot of people like in that type of industry, they looking for the next big story. And if you can break that story, bro, people eyes, they feel like they're gonna make it big. Whether they do or not after that, they feel like if I break this story, whether or not it ruins this bridge that I may have with this person, fuck it, I'm going big time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people take that shot.
But the thing is, with him getting caught up, he got caught because they started looking through emails, because there was something that happened with the Washington football team where they had like misconduct of some kind, and they started really investigating it. So then they started going through like 650,000 emails, some crazy shit. And they just happened to find John Gruden saying some wild shit. You told me before we got on, Adam Schefter looked like he got some wild shit going on, but those really haven't been exposed yet. And we'll see what happens with Adam Schefter.
See, when I first read about Adam Schefter, I feel like they said that like he was aware of the conversation, that he not necessarily that he didn't say it, and he just didn't like break the information. And I feel like if you had a personal conversation with somebody that speaks like that, I mean, if you didn't say nothing, I mean, you have the right not to have to share that to the public, because they didn't call him, like, they weren't like trying to outright counsel him, but they were saying it was like a lack of journalistic integrity or something like that.
Man, shut up! I'm sure there's plenty of shit people hear behind the scenes that they don't report on.
Yeah, because they know that even if you report that, bro, you're gonna get burnt, because you're reporting on some people that's way more powerful than any little story you trying to
stop
mess over. So yeah, a lot of people do that, but
they're just looking for somebody else to hang. And
yeah, for whatever reason. And for me, I feel like the NFL went on two sides. Like, oh, you look like you making change. You here for change. Obviously, they've been advertising and shit. It's all on the back of the end zones and stuff. So I feel like they win with that and saying, look at us make a swift justice change. Even though he announced his resignment, or he resigned, you know that they forced him to do that.
It's probably a swift push of that. But I do wonder, with this resigning, does he still get the $70 million that he is owed?
Probably not, because in the they can say with the most
contract detrimental to the team or some shit,
and they do that to players all the time. So
that's true.
I'm pretty sure they can do that to a coach as well. I mean, especially one that's not like ain't nobody gonna be on your side. So they can really just like, that's the problem with media, bro. Like, we talk about this shit almost every week, the different problems with media. When it's corrupt, it's corrupt. But like, not only like they can get people to be like, oh, this person on your side, but like once they get the people to turn on you, they can do whatever they want with you, and it's gonna look kind of justified to them. Ain't nobody gonna be like, okay, y'all doing it overboard. So they can be like, yeah, we're gonna take all this money, shit. We might even sue them or some shit. People gonna be like, yeah, do it. Like, ain't nobody gonna be like, once the media don't fuck with you, bro, it's done for. They can do whatever.
My bad. I was commenting back then. That nigga comment on my regular page. Now he not on there. He on like my regular videos comment. Why do you get free speech and we don't? Why don't you just turn your comments off, bitch? Like, if that comment is still there, nigga, why would I not be deleting that shit? I hate when people do that dumb shit. That don't make no fucking sense. Like, why did I just block after that? Why did I not just block you from ever being able to comment on my channel again?
Freedom of speech. That's where you're going.
You
think black? Is he white? I got a point.
I don't know. You know, they don't be having fucking profile pictures. I don't know.
You know what's funny? Motherfuckers be wanting to play that victim card so fast. Like, god damn. Like, oh my god.
You're censoring me. Why can you speak but I can't? Like, we the fucking town hall or something, nigga. I made a video, you commented, I didn't delete your shit. The thing is, I delete yours, but there's other comments on the fucking video. What are you talking about? I hate dumb shit. There's always dumbass people on YouTube that just want to say dumb shit all the time. Like, I can't imagine, like, once my shit really gets big and it's just like consistent comments all day. I know it's gonna be dumb shit, but it's like I just be reading this shit sometimes. I'll be like, bro, this person can't be that fucking stupid. But then you think they probably are. They probably at home miserable as fuck, just want to say something. Yeah, like I'm a politician at his local center, and I'm saying something, and he's like trying to speak back against me, and I got get him out of here. Like, bro, comment again. I hate that dumb shit. My bad podcast.
Hey y'all,
I hate that dumb
that.
shit.
I think we got the first D-Fran rant ever. I ain't never seen D-Fran rant like that.
My throat hurt. Shit, I thought I had COVID this week, man. God damn, I got time for dumb shit like that.
I ain't never. You made D-Fran rant. That nigga never rant.
Because bro, look, he came to the comment section in the live to say that, and he said it 2 more times on regular videos. Obviously, I ain't deleting shit if I keep seeing you everywhere I turn. I don't know. Let's move on. Let's move on. So, anyways, what else is in the news?
Oh, weak as fuck.
Kyrie again. Is Kyrie back in the news? Kyrie is officially done with the Nets.
Hey, my nigga. Hey, my nigga.
No, they already said they're not giving him the extension. He's fried.
We don't want the extension.
They took the extension off the table.
We canceling motherfuckers on the NFL. Oh, we can't cancel the Nets. Cancel another black and silver team.
It's not the Nets' fault, bro.
It is. It's the Nets' fault because they treating him wrong when a person has a legitimate right to like express that.
No, he can. No, listen. That's fine. I get that, right? It's the local government's fault for implementing that players who play in stadiums can't do it, right? The Nets. If I'm a business, right? This is why I don't really put too much on the Nets. If I'm a business and someone's owed X amount of dollars, but they're not gonna play, I'm not paying you millions of dollars to not do shit. So I understand where they're coming from, right? But my thing is like, just trade them. Now people are saying that he said if I get traded, I'm gonna retire. I think that's dumb because like Kyrie, if you ain't gonna play because the vax thing, like. Bro, just go somewhere else and play where that's not a thing. Like I said, he should try to go to a team in Florida because the governor in Florida, he not going for no shit like that. The governor in Texas, he just released a thing that said he signed an executive order that's banned vaccine mandates by businesses in Texas, so they ain't gonna have no mandates.
Hey, shout out Texas. To whoever the governor is. I might vote for you next time. Doing shit like that, you fucking with me. Kyrie to the Mavs. Hey.
Well, actually, Mark Cuban came out today and said if you're employed by the Mavs, you got to get vaccinated. But I don't know. He works in Texas, so I don't know how that works. But that's what Mark Cuban said. I seen an article where he said that as well. I said go to the Heat, maybe. Like, go to the Heat. Like, give the Nets Kyle Lowry, because I think Kyle Lowry went to the Heat.
The Heat,
yeah. Give them Kyle Lowry and give them Tyler Hero. Fuck it. Send them up to the Nets. Y'all get Kyrie, and then just play ball, bro. Just to go. The season starts in 6 days. Get the deal together.
My only problem is you've seen the media and the NBA kind of like try to ostracize him and like do their own version of canceling him when he just speaking his truth. He ain't really even went crazy and been like he
didn't been super vocal. Like I ain't really seen him be super vocal about it. I seen Stephen A. He can't like Stephen A's been like slowly building up to like getting on his ass, right? It's like been a slow build.
He been trying to see. He been testing the water. Is it cool enough? Is anybody tripping and I'm saying anything? No.
I'm
gonna do it again. He kept testing the water till he like, all right, fuck it.
It's because like I see, like at first he was like, the Nets, they got to figure out what they're gonna do with Kyrie, and then it evolved into. I got reports that Kevin Durant is ready to go to the like. I was like, okay, that's the next. I was like, this is what they're gonna do next. I pretty much pimped out the whole playbook. I was like, okay, first they're going to have little conversations about it just to bring it up to the public. Then they're going to start to try to pit X player against another player. That's what they did. They started to say that KD is displeased with Kyrie, so then they put out that information. And then now they're just saying to hell with him. Get him out of here. Are you still here?
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell you doing?
But nah, yeah, I don't know. I'm going with Kyrie. I feel like people like was trying to compare him to like Muhammad, like comparing to Muhammad Ali.
That's what I put as the title.
Like, what?
I put Kyrie Irving the new Ali. But obviously that's just like a troll. Like the situations are different, but it's still both two people standing for what they believe in.
Yeah, and this not the NBA, bro. Let's not get in the comparison of who stood up for their rights better. Like the fact that they stood up against a government and media, or the chance of losing something that's obviously like would be valuable to most people.
New reports showing that Kyrie Irving isn't against getting vaccinated. He wants to be a voice for the voiceless because he doesn't feel it's okay for regular people who are losing their jobs because of vaccine mandates to be losing their jobs. And Stephen A was like, you made a commitment to this person, Kevin Durant, when you brought him to Brooklyn, and James Harden when you lured him to Brooklyn. I was like, bro, commitments can change, because he acting like that COVID was around when they first hopped on the team together. There wasn't none of this shit going on. And even if there was, even if COVID was happening when James Harden came onto the team, it wasn't no damn vaccine mandate shit going on at that time. So different situations could change how you feel about everything going on. Just I was like, if Stephen A felt a certain, like, is it only okay to stand up when you don't agree with it? Like I don't know if I want to say pretty. Like I don't want to say I could pretty much guarantee, but I have an inkling feeling that if Trump would have won on November, was it 8th or 9th in 2019, and he was still the president, and he started rolling around vaccine mandates, a lot of people that you see so pro-vax will be a little bit hesitant, because we've seen them being hesitant whenever he was the president.
People be getting called out all the time on Twitter. They be like, there's no way I'm taking the vax. And that's when Trump was around, about to be elected again. And then now they're like, oh my God, I can't believe anybody that don't get the vax. But the problem with this is like, this is obviously like a personal thing. It's something that every individual should have their own opinion and right to, where they shouldn't be judged. But we made it so political where it's like people feel the right to like actually take sides on this, but this isn't something that you really should even be able to take sides on. Like, not topics like this. Like, this is, I would say, obviously abortion, this topic, we'll just use those two for now. Like, those two topics, obviously, like, it's not you really, somebody picking a side is kind of weird in that situation, because it's like, how could you really just be so like not listening to the other side either way? Yeah. So it's like, I feel like that's when things get political, and we get too caught up in that, and then that's when shit kind of get out of whack. Like,
I think as a society with certain things like that, we should be more like, I feel this way, but I don't feel the need to impose my feelings on you. Like, if you are what's it called, pro-choice or pro-life, you're pro-life, which means you don't like abortion, bro, that's fine. Practice that in your home, practice that in your community, and then do your thing like that. And if you pro-choice, I mean, I don't really see people who pro-choice like, why don't you want to kill your baby? Like, I don't really see that. But you know what I'm saying? And if you want to get vaccinated. And if you're vaccinated, you know somebody who don't, bro, just let them rock. It shouldn't be this fucking thing. Like I said, like,
they pick sides and also demify the other side. It's like, you can't do that with such like sensitive topics all the time. Like, some things they're not that simplistic, and that's what people kind of making it seem like, oh, it's so obvious why you should get it. Like, no, it's a multi-layered thing. Even with the abortion thing, right? It's like some people want to get an abortion because they were raped by a family member. There was some type of incest, or maybe they did just make that mistake, and they don't feel like they can carry that child. Like, they'd rather end it right now than bring that child into the world where they can't take care of them. Reasonable. Some people don't want to be vaccinated because maybe they feel like, well, I just had COVID a month ago. I feel like I have some type of natural immunity, or maybe they do have a religious belief. Maybe they just don't want to get. Maybe it's just I just don't want to do it. Like, that's just their thing, or. And that's what I think too. Like, they try to make it seem like the people who don't have it are just these crazy, like, they're putting microchips in us. They're gonna make me shrink 3 inches. Like, they make it seem like everybody is that type of person, when some people just don't want to do it. And most of the people
it's just that simple.
And I think that's the biggest problem. That the reason where it gets political is like, not only is it political, like, when you really think about who they're attacking when they do this, it's the minorities. But
that's the thing too. They not really attacking minorities, because they're not even there. When you hear them talk, they always blame Republicans like y'all are killing y'all's voters and the rising COVID deaths are in these red states. They're not even really
no, I
shining a
understand.
light that is
I
that
get
is
that, but I'm
mostly.
saying like when you talk about the people that they're like, if you people that's really in threat of losing their jobs, obviously conservatives can lose their job, and like every conservative is not rich, like obviously,
Yeah.
but minorities in lower class,
Yeah.
and those are people that probably the most against it, and that's the problem. Like, where's the injustice against the government? Like when we can, like, why nobody gets so rage with that? But obviously, Eddie Griffin said it. He was like, bro, you just throw it on CNN and talk about it 24/7. Get the vax, get the vax, get the vax. That's how easy it is to influence people. But I wish people had more complex thoughts and could understand these type of topics are not so easy and simple. But
It's not even an understanding. It's just like, bro, just like let motherfuckers live their life how they want to live their life. Like, that's it.
it's a fear thing too. That's one of the things too. They put when they also make it political, but they also like inject emotion into the conversation. So it puts fear in a lot of people's hearts. That's one of the biggest reasons. So it's more than just a moral and a logical, like I care about others. It's like I think you're encroaching on my freedoms. And once you do that, we're at war because you're on the opposite side. So they do a good job with creating that fear, which also creates the divide, which they conquer. So yeah, it's very subtle how they do it, and we'd be like, why is it like that? But when you think about it, well, it's logical for someone not to like me because they actually fearing for their life, even though when we talk about the percentages, it's very low and it's really unreasonable to even. And if you got the vaccine, like I keep jumping everywhere with vaccine because there's so many different things you could say. You're less chance of you getting bad symptoms. So even if like you do get infected, like you most likely good. So like it's like you're overreacting at the best case, but the media not trying to create balance and holistic thinking with these conversations. They induce that fear, and that in chance make more power for them because they can now create change in government and law. They're gonna make money on pharmacies. There's so many different benefits they get from it, bro. Like, and they get to divide and conquer the people's mind. Like it's just so easy, bro. I remember like I feel like this shit like Squid Games in a sense, like where you get counseled. I've been wanting to talk about this shit. Like Squid Games is the version like how you gotta stay in line. If you don't stay in line, you get killed. Instead of getting killed, you get counseled, and that's the game of society. Like that's basically how I view that game, view that show. And I like.
Oh, you finally watched it?
Bro. Huh?
You finally watched it?
But still, I mean, you ain't got to be a genius to get the premise.
I mean, I guess that's true.
But just off that little point alone, but like that's kind of how it is, like in society. Like once you get out of line, bro, like bro, they trying to counsel you, and it's easy, man.
It's so dumb. It's like, bro, why? And I said it too. I was like, it's funny because I'm sorry if you listen on audio or whatever. And I don't know what it is. I had a sore throat 2 days ago, and it's kind of going down. So I keep drinking this damn water. But I'm here, and we talking. But anyways, it's like how you see it on the media as well. It's like I wonder, like Stephen A. been going kind of hard at Kyrie, and I don't really like doing the color thing and this and that or whatever. But like even when I was talking about Nicki Minaj, it was like, okay, Nicki Minaj said what she said, right? And you see the loudest, most vocal was Joy Reid and Don Lemon. MSNBC CNN got a plethora of other hosts that didn't really verbally go talk about it. It was a big story, but they only let these two people really, kind of go viral.
They did it on purpose.
Maybe everybody else talked about it, but whatever they said didn't make clips and headlines and this and that. Same thing with this. I don't know if there's other sports analysts speaking this way about Kyrie, but Stephen A., black guy, is the only one who has the loudest voice about it. And that's potentially because they're scared. If a white guy really talks like how Stephen A. does about Kyrie, they're scared of backlash or whatever. But it's just interesting to see how
it's
that
always
happens.
been a tactic. You pin people together, and also it creates more of a debate in our community because obviously Stephen A. is more on the conservative side, which people believe, or not even conservative. He's on the back side in this sense of the conversation, versus there's other people in the community that's not in it, or just no Kyrie or no NBA. So it's gonna get into the black community when you use two black people to go against each other. Also may create a divide, but it get the vax conversation going more, which in turn put more fear or may influence people to do it even more because repetition. The more you hear it, the more it's in your community, the more you likely you are to get it, whether you opposed to it or not. So it's media is very powerful, man. These niggas are they really the ones that run the world, and whoever run the media and let them run the narratives. I mean, that's who run the world, but
yeah,
you can tell who run it through media because that's it right there. That's it right there. That's all the power. Besides the banks, but media and the banks, bro. That's all the power.
that's why sometimes I be feeling like I be like. Like I feel like I got good conversation and I can go, but sometimes I be feeling like I'm a little bit too what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if the word's objective or whatever. Like I like to kind of like try to see both sides on things because I feel like the people who are like massive in the media space, they're like one way. This how it is. Like if you on the conservative side, like everything you talk about is like in that view, in that vein. It's never really like, oh, I can kind of see where that person's coming from. Or, oh, I can. It's always like in that vein. And if you're on the left side, it's all these people evil. This. I'm more like let's look at everything by case basis.
So what you just said is they're only puppets, they're fanboys, and they're fans of these things, not actually like thoughtful, creative people they own for the most part. At least when they're displaying themselves on. So
not even necessarily the. I feel like that's not how I feel. I feel like they just know if I want to grow an audience and I want to hone in on a certain audience.
Puppets, however you want to say whoever.
But in that case, they would be the puppet masters. They wouldn't be the puppets.
But the reason why I say it, you become a slave to a concept, then you can't be open minded. So you basically become a puppet to because these are not like you basically leeching onto an idea or a person. Like if you're a LeBron fan, you're leeching onto this person because you know you're gonna get shit off of it. But like you,
well, it's like it's a grift. Like it's what they call a grifter, who just like latches onto an idea because they know it's gonna generate the money, even if whatever they're talking about, they know like, damn, I probably should come at it from this angle, but I know if I do, my audience ain't really gonna fuck with what I'm saying. I might lose some of my audience, so I'm just gonna keep going in this direction.
You say that people say that's what the problem with Black church, like they only pander to keep the people in because they know if they start speaking certain stuff, they're gonna offend people and they're gonna get less money in the sense of less people, less fellowship. So it's a thing that goes around where you got it's a pandering society. And you see it throughout, like they're gonna pander to the money, they're gonna pander to what's popular, and it's when contrary topics come up and they never can't see the other side. It just shows how shallow a lot of our media is, and that's honestly why I kind of like British media when I kind of see the little clips and shit from time to time. They be a little more in depth. I'm not gonna say they perfect, but they give more in depth and more criticism on society and things than we ever will. It's like, bro, we like I said, pander and then shallow. Like it's very simple. It's very plain to see. And when you say stuff like that, how they basically just grip to ideas, it's simple.
Yeah.
Simple to see, bro. The media is trash because it's in sports, it's in politics, it's shit. You can even see it in people. They regurgitate certain points, and it's like, are you retarded? Because some shit don't even be like crucial shit. Like, how can you not see that side of things? Like, are you blind to being able to see the other side of things? Like, is it like you be thinking some people borderline retarded because you got to repeat shit 2, 3, 4 times and it make logical sense, but either they thinking through emotions or feelings or religion or culture or some shit like that where they just cannot see it. It'd be kind of weird to me because obviously getting religion too, be like, hey, you can't see this shit. Like no, that's the devil or that's
but that's the way that you get it in media too, because you. With the people that I'm thinking about when I'm talking about this, I'm thinking about people who are media by themselves, not media with, not media with a back, not motherfuckers who work for somebody, not people that work on Fox News. Like CNN and Fox News have created an atmosphere as a total company to where they won't really want to veer off of whatever. But when I think about people like, I mean, I guess this is a concern. Like when I think about a person like Rush Limbaugh, right? And he was always on this one message, and he was able to create this audience of people. They every day they're gonna come listen to him. You know what I feel like that kind of creates when you kind of only go to one side? You kind of turn yourself into a religion. Like
a cult.
His word is gospel. His word is this. Like when people hear the word cult, they think like the worst. But if you're like loyal to someone and they can never say no wrong, and they know they're going to continue to tell you things that they think that you want to hear as well, it's kind of like a back and forth cult. Like y'all culting off each other.
See, that's what media are good at using certain words when they want to demify people. They be like, it's a cult, it's a cult. Nigga, your favorite football team that you got 10 different jerseys for, a cult.
Yeah.
like the shit that you just can't let go of because that's your beliefs. Like it's a cult. Like it's a lot more often than people like to say it, but it's like it's not always bad, obviously. Like it could be good cults, bad cults. But I'm just saying how media do. Like when they say cult, it's completely bad. Yeah. But like Joe Rogan, he got a cult. Like we call it fan base or fans. It's like
cult-like following.
Yeah, but I feel like when your majority of your media heads are fans, it's weird because y'all supposed to be like when we talk about journalistic integrity, y'all supposed to be the most sourced, the most like thorough, the most credentialed. Like you have to really work to get to these places, and then just to turn out you're a fan. And you're not gonna give an objective opinion, it's gonna be biased. Like that's dangerous for the most, because y'all like literally obviously they do this for a reason. We talk about who control this shit, but like y'all are literally in the hands or the control of the hands of the world in a sense, like, and how y'all could dictate things. And if you have a thorough opinion on things, things can play out a lot more smoother in the sense of how people think, but obviously that's not their objective. Like it's clear to see their objective when you start thinking about like how biased they be. Like it's clear that they're trying to. They even said you could pull up articles, war on the unvaccinated. That language alone is dangerous. We know that on the war on drugs, that was dangerous because we see how it affected communities. Like but they can say it when it's on your side of the fence. They don't mind being able to say these things that obviously don't have any. Like, well, you should be thinking more thoroughly before you put that out. Like.
Yeah,
who gonna cancel him?
Like what Howard Stern was saying, like if you go to the hospital and you unvaccinated, you should just go home and die. Cause like what? Who said shit like that? And I always think, and it's like I don't even be wanting to victimize people on the right because, like I said, I did plenty of videos today about how people on the right be saying fucked up shit, do fucked up shit. But it's like, let's be honest, if the tables were flipped and people on the right were saying that about people on the left, y'all be trying to cancel them like crazy. Y'all be trying to vilify them. I watched a video where these two dudes, they're on the left, they were laughing at people who died from COVID. Like people who was kind of like, like I get, they was like, they wasn't scared of COVID, China virus, whatever. It's not real. And then they died from it. I get how you could think that it's like look, he fucked up. He tried to act like it wasn't real and he died. But it's like, I'm going to create a segment where we're going to laugh at people that die from COVID, that didn't want to take the vaccine, that were against the vaccine. And it's like, what level of society are we at where that's like an okay thing to do on any side? Now, if you laugh that like a murderer got killed, I don't know. I don't even feel comfortable about that. Like laughing at somebody's death. To me, that's just like.
Yeah, you said that. You said people shouldn't even say bad things after people die. And I was like, I don't agree. If that's the legacy you left behind, that's what deserves to be talked about. That's your history. Literally your history. So, but I understand.
I mean, I feel like if somebody died and you say like, oh, they were like a thing, but I don't just like continuing like the ha burn the head. It's like, all right, man, they dead already. Like what wherever he going, hell or heaven, is like he already there. Like I don't see no need in like going the extra mile.
I understand your point for sure.
It's like, all right, like okay, they did.
Most circumstances is not warranted. You can pull an extreme circumstances, like, oh, that makes sense. But yeah, I can agree for you. I can agree for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a dangerous world we live in. But I feel like obviously people gonna get more hip to these games because it's so clear to see it as obviously we grow as a society and people in this society. We're gonna.
I think we're really gonna see where this country lies next year. Because next year is the midterm shit, right? And we're going to see how, I mean, historically, whatever party comes in as the president, typically the shit shifts to the other side. So, like, Biden's the president right now. They got control of the House. They pretty much got control of the Senate. They should. It's 50-50, but Kamala Harris obviously vice president, so she bring her one vote over, and they could 51-50 certain shit because certain things need more votes nowadays. But I really do think that shit's gonna swing in the Republicans' favor next year. Like not even like just they took majority. I really feel like some of the shit we seeing, the way that people are feeling about certain shit, lockdowns, this, that, and that. You see people leaving these blue places. Like a lot of people left. Like a lot of people left New York to go down to Miami or Georgia or whatever. A lot of people left California to come down to Texas or wherever, Tennessee, wherever else, because they don't want to be around certain shit like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if shit flipped to the other side's favor. And then what do the Democrats do? They look at it like, oh shit, okay, maybe we need to backtrack a little bit on some of the shit we doing and relax.
See, my thing, I was like, I got enraged because I was like, nigga, you talking about the votes gonna be to see when anybody worry about no damn presidents, but how you expressed it fully, I was like, okay, I get it in a sense of like, because obviously the liberals the Democrats been acting the ass with the shit that they've been trying to push, and it's kind of out of hand. So it makes sense that like naturally most people obviously gonna go through government to make change. They're gonna go to the red side, so that makes sense. Nigga, what is you looking at?
Bro, somebody just said $500.
That's some real ass shit.
Hey, salute. Hey, I don't know who the fuck you are.
What,
I ain't
nigga?
never seen you in the videos. But
Nigga,
hey,
what?
salute.
Nigga?
I don't know if that was an accident. Don't try to get a refund on your money, nigga. But salute.
That's crazy.
That is, bro. You and y'all doing your thing. Keep it up. Love the Hey, salute. You threw me out my whole.
Hey, my nigga, you in the Hall of Fame.
You in the Hall of Fame.
Nigga, you
nigga,
going
I need to make you a producer. I don't know what the hell we got to do. Man. We got to send you some merch
brother.
or something. God damn.
Hey, you want to get on the show?
You want to come on right now, dog? You got something to say? I'll link you in, big dog.
I appreciate it, brother. That's
you might
wild.
be a full-time host.
Hey, that's wow. Appreciate it, brother. That's crazy. I would have never expected this nigga. I thought somebody ran up in this nigga house.
That shit. I just see it pop up. I said, "What the fuck?"
And then my first thing, I looked down. I thought that shit got blocked or something. I seen a red like. Hey, I see why it's red. Alert,
nigga. Pause the show. Retract. Get back to focus. But anyways.
Hey. Shout out to Charles Edward Cheese. He got the cheese.
He definitely got the cheese. Salute to him. God damn, boy.
Yes, sir.
Shit, I don't even know what the hell he was talking about.
Oh man, we were just talking about. I was talking about the change and shit like that. With like how you said people was gonna go more to the conservative side. I'm like, I can see that. That makes sense. Like how you will see that happen. But to me, it's like it's a dirty game because.
Oh, my point. My bad.
This
is what I wanted to say about that as well. I was saying that because I always felt like most people didn't really care about politics because it didn't affect them. But what really could affect a mass amount of people? When you start locking shit down and making things harder for people who just live their life regular day to day, I just want to go to work, I just want to come home. You start fucking with them people who really don't care about the shit, which I feel like is obviously a majority of the country don't really too much care about politics. That's why you see, I mean, last year was crazy. Obviously, they was trying to get Trump out, and Trump's people trying to keep him in. So you seen like 80 million votes for Biden, 79 million votes for Trump. That's kind of like unprecedented. I don't think that's going to happen too much in the future. But you got to think, let's say 100 million people on average vote per year, and there's another 100 million that are adults. Those 100 million people that wasn't really giving a fuck about politics, now they seeing the type of shit that is getting pushed down, and they probably not really fucking with it.
Not only are those people seeing it, a lot of minorities are being like, hold on now, we fuck with the Democrats, but y'all trying to force vaccines on us. We ain't never been that cool with y'all. We vote for y'all because y'all give a shit, but we ain't never been that cool with y'all. And you can't force nothing on me.
And a lot of people were, like when Obama became president, like I was in high school, so I wouldn't really focus on politics. But I feel like a lot of black people was already voting Democrat, and then it's like, the first black president, bro, we rocking with that shit. Don't even matter what, he ain't got to promise us shit or nothing. But with Biden, it was like, all right, bro, it's coming off the back of George Floyd shit. We expecting this, that. You ain't producing shit that you said you was going to produce. So we're going to find somebody who's going to produce what we want them to produce.
So my thing is, are people going to blame Biden or the Democratic Party?
Both shit.
That's my thing, because some people may get it misconstrued, but Democrats in general, man, like, bro, I feel like if we was to looking at this like it was a game, like it was chess, like them niggas overstep. Like niggas, you moving like baby steps. Maybe you said because when is coming up, the next election? Next year?
Well, like the midterms is 2022.
So okay, maybe shit coming up fast, so they trying to hurry up and push it. But I feel like that's an overstep, like to be like, oh yeah, we for the minorities and shit. Now all of a sudden we forcing vaccines on people. Like I feel like didn't y'all kind of rush some shit, and I think they overstepped, and it like you said, it may be crucial to the conservatives or Republicans winning later on. Which I mean, shit makes sense.
Or maybe somebody who's maybe more like independent motherfuckers might just start popping up, and people like, you know what, you kind of, most people feel like they in the middle anyway. It's like, okay, there's shit on y'all side I agree with, and then there's also shit on y'all side I also agree with. So I might as well just be in the middle with whatever we're gonna have the Republican Party, the Democrat Party, and we're gonna start a new party just called We in the Motherfucking Middle Party, and that would probably be the strongest party in the goddamn country.
I feel like it'll take so much organization for that to happen.
I don't think it really is going to happen.
Democrats and conservatives will be trying to kill that. Even liberals will be against them. Everybody will be against them trying to rise up. It'll be like LeVar Ball, Big B, Triple B's.
But that's the crazy thing is, but I just feel like there's so many people that are like that. It's like
that's gonna be in the middle.
I feel like a lot of people are just in the middle. Like they'll lean one either way really hard. It's just like you see certain issues, like okay, I can see how somebody could say I'm like liberal on this issue, or okay, I can see how people say I'm conservative on this issue. I'm just in the middle.
Yeah, whoever plays that next card, and whoever be able to play that card next is going to dominate probably for the next few elections, even if Republicans, because the Republicans and Democrats could easily do that and not do it. Obviously, you know what I mean? Like just how they say they're going to do something for us.
But I don't think
they could just act like they're going to do it. But what you said?
I don't think they could do that for the same reason I was like, I'll be wondering like, damn, am I ever gonna make it like really big in the media shit if I don't just go to one side hard? Because when you go to that one side really hard, like people who are in the middle, we don't really give a fuck about too much shit. But these people who are hard to the right or hard to the left, they care about that shit. So it's like, they feed into emotion.
You're going against your co-following.
Yeah, people in the middle don't really go off emotion. They just go off like, this is how I feel about this, how I feel about that, so and I'm just going about my life.
I see how you thinking. So that makes sense. So if a party did come and do that, whether they act that way or not, or do it, they could dominate, because I mean they could appease to so many people. They could please for people that's on the fence on Republican side or Democratic side. Plus, there's so many people that don't vote. If you can appease to those people, bro, I feel like who could stop you? Because I mean that's you literally operating in the truth and operating out of logic and really being like real. Like people are going to gravitate to that over time. And once you gravitate to that, even people that's hardcore conservatives or Republican may go to that. Because it's not like if you're in the middle, you're not going to be in the game of demifying one side or another, because you're in the middle. You say some of that shit makes sense, some of that shit makes sense. So you're not going to be in that game of like people going to think like, oh, these niggas are so mean because they No, we ain't even do it. In the middle, they wouldn't do that. Yeah. It don't make sense. So yeah, if somebody did do that, they could sweep the nation. But my problem is, media gonna be trying to kill that shit. They're not gonna be trying to. You're gonna have to really create some shit underground, get that shit rocking, and then where media have no choice but to cover you. But even at every turn, they're gonna be trying to throw like little snake shit in there, slugs and shit. To why, you know. But then after that, that's when the lobbyists come. Once they see that you're making this money or you making this ruin, now the lobbyists come, and now we got to hope that the leaders of this movement don't get bought out. Yeah. So it's a dangerous game when you talk politics. That's why I'm like, as far as the people, it'll make sense. Oh yeah, people are starting to think holistic, so that'll be a good thing. But the actual game of politics is a dirty game, man. It's all about that money and capital.
Who got the money? That's who's gonna win.
But yeah, I think the Democrats overstepped, man. And what we talking about, the vaccine? What were we still talking about?
Really all that shit, honestly, everything.
Yeah.
There's so much shit going on.
Yeah, I know how I feel. It's a dirty game.
I want to get into some, you know what? Talk to the people, Bryce, about whatever you want to talk about for the next minute and a half. I got to pee.
All right, brother. Well,
keep the people entertained.
I might
Get us another big donation.
I don't know if I can do that. I need your help on that one. But I was thinking earlier, it's a tough world, man. And you really don't be having many people to really rely on. Like, obviously, you got your friends, but everybody got their own shit that they're going through. And at the end of the day, they can't care enough about your shit more than their shit because they just try to make it too. So I was just thinking earlier, I was like, God damn it, you got to go hard. You really don't have no choice because it's like, bro, ain't nobody going to do it for you. And that shit I just had to ponder in that and just sit in it. I woke up a little funky today. I ain't wake up in the brightest side of the what do you say, on the right side of the bed. But it led to some deep. That nigga pee like a motherfucking. God damn, boy, you breaking world records.
Why wasn't that there? I just had to pee. How long was I supposed to take to pee?
I don't know. It just felt like the restroom was supposed to be farther away. I don't know.
Well, I'm in the room. It's right. We right here with it. Anyways,
we back.
Back to rap. Right, we're talking about music. So I was thinking, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is how it's gonna happen, but I was just wondering, could there be a way that Kendrick Lamar like the hype kind of dies down? I was just thinking, I was like, Kendrick Lamar.
Shout out to the 5.
Shout out Flying Low. Flying Low is always donating, so salute to Flying Low.
Hey, man. Hey. All of this unexpected. Hey, shout out.
Shout out.
Real motherfucking niggas. What did he say?
Tech Nine dropped a single with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Tell me he not tier 1. I
ain't
gonna lie
you
to you.
remind me of my homeboy Najee. You niggas are getting along perfectly fine. This nigga said The Rock.
That shit was not tier 1, dog. Stop it.
You remind me. The reason I say that, we was talking about rappers being versatile, and this nigga brought up Snoop Dogg.
Bro,
you remind me of some shit like that.
Stop it.
But appreciate the donation.
Yeah, but not The Rock. Maybe Tech Nine was like A1, but not. The Rock needs to stick to the movies. But he rich. He having fun.
Who he saying top 1, Tech Nine or The Rock?
I think he talking about The Rock.
That verse was mid as hell, boy.
If he talking about The Rock, no.
I heard that verse, boy. That hoe was not hard. Maybe it wasn't the Tech Nine verse, but I seen him in the room alone. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Definitely not The Rock. But anyways, we're speaking about music still.
Kendrick.
So I was like, Kendrick been away for a while, right? Kendrick still got the mystique though. Like, he's Kendrick Lamar at the end of the day. He could potentially just drop the album and people be excited. I feel like that'd be a good route. But like, how risky do you think it is for him to drop a single and the single not like hit? You know what I'm saying?
It wouldn't matter.
You don't think so?
It wouldn't matter. People love Kendrick so much, like the album could be like, people gonna be like, oh, it's an eclectic album. Like, people gonna find a way to justify it being good regardless. I didn't like Pimple Butterfly. No matter how poetic it may have been, did not like it. People love it. Award winning. People say it's his best. I highly disagree.
Yeah.
So people gonna find a way to justify Kendrick Lamar. So a single flopped.
I was just wondering. I was like, bro, Kendrick hasn't dropped, like, at least with Drake. Drake's consistently dropped, right? So young people have listened to him, this and that, yada yada. He's relevant to all age groups. I feel like you gotta think Kendrick ain't dropped since 2016. A class of freshmen went all through high school, and now we're in their second year of college without a Kendrick Lamar album dropping. Like, that's a long ass. When you think about, like, bro, you ain't dropped, like, my whole high school experience, you ain't dropped not one album. Not mine, but I'm just saying, like, if you was in high school, 9th grade, you ain't dropped shit. And I feel like with Drake, he got the youth in a way. Like, of course, he's not, like, the number one youth star. Like, he's not NBA Youngboy to the kids. Like, to the kids, NBA Youngboy is everything. Lil Baby is everything. But they still, like, when they hear Drake, they're like, you know, that's a big, you know, you got to respect that.
The kids listen to Drake. My little brothers, my little sister, they in high school. They still listen to Drake heavy. Drake is still a lot of the people's favorite rappers as kids. It's not even a crazy statement to make.
Do you think that Kendrick is gonna do them same numbers as Drake? I'm sure he probably do like 4, 5, but he gonna do like 6? Will be gone that long?
It's a numbers game is a part of marketing, and if you ain't been in the media, that like not being in the media is a form of marketing. But when you ain't did it for so long. Like, nah, you gotta create a lot of buzz. He gotta come out, maybe a single, maybe a documentary, maybe like a 30-minute little special or something. He gotta come out media heavy for him to sell like Drake before the album come out.
I think I
think that's possible. I think that's very possible.
I think also I feel like the marketing maybe not being centered, but the fact that it came out already that this is the last album on TDE that plays a part of the end of an era. Let's see how they end it off. It's the end of the TDE era with Kendrick. That you know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like honestly, like the older rappers are getting older, right? Like Drake's getting older. Everybody trying to say Meek Mill flop. J. Cole dropped. He's still at 200. That's still good, right? But like they're getting to the age in the time where it's probably like how people felt about Jay-Z. It's like, all right, bro, we fuck with these people. The youth don't really fuck with y'all as much. Y'all are getting older in age, right? So like if Kendrick drops this year, is he gonna take another 6-year break? Not saying he can't. People love Kendrick. He makes good music. I probably love the album. It's gonna work. But it's just like
I would hope he catch the bug once he drop an album. He catch the bug and maybe the criticism, or maybe when he listen back to it, he get more inspired to go even harder. That's what I would hope. And
that's my only gripe. I was like just be more active, dog. Just do some features. Just like I want to hear Kendrick on like Bigger Picture featuring Kendrick, or and like with Lil Baby. Maybe do something with Dirk. Do something with like I just want to hear him with some of the young guys too. Like I get he's about the art, this, that, but like I want to see you still be active. Like you do something with Lil Baby. Like just treat it like the dunk contest. Like just go have fun. I just want to go see you have fun. Go make music with these people.
Yeah, bro. And for Kendrick, I'm not giving him that pass on he's so artistic. That nigga be rapping. That nigga know how to get on shit and have fun. Like I just was talking about that last feature he was on with No New Freezer or something like that. Like, bro, he know how to have fun on tracks, bro. He know how to make hits. Like, I ain't gonna give him that. Like, bro.
Bro, Rich the Kid got a stranglehold. Rich the Kid got something on people in the industry. I don't know what it is, but even if you think about that combination, like Rich the Kid had a huge single with Kendrick Lamar. How the fuck did he get that song with Kendrick? Rich the Kid.
That'd be hard. That'd be hard as fuck.
No, but I just still like when you think about that, like I'm gonna allow this. Like think about we haven't heard a lot of Kendrick Lamar features, but we're gonna let this one fly. And then you see Rich the Kid just dropped the album with Wayne. Like how the fuck did he get an album with Wayne? He did an album with YoungBoy. How did Rich the Kid got information on that?
He got an album with Wayne?
It just dropped last week.
I gotta go hear that. I'll just go skip all the Wayne verses, but I gotta go hear that.
They dropped the album together. It did like 15K first week. But I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, how is Rich the Kid getting these goddamn albums? We didn't even got a Drake and Wayne album.
I was just about to say that. How the fuck we didn't get Drake? When Joe Budden asked, this is the most relevant time that Joe Budden should ask this. Who the fuck asked for that? Who the fuck asked for Lil Wayne and Rich the Kid? What? That's wild. Like, they got an album? Like, that's crazy to me.
A full-length album. I don't know if it's full-length.
Not even like an EP type shit. It's an album. Like,
maybe it's a mixtape. Who gives a fuck? He has a project with Wayne.
Bro, there's so many people I want Wayne.
That would have to be like. That would, well, I don't even know if he's like that either. I wouldn't even want to disrespect Young Jock like that. But it's like we find out Jay-Z got a fucking collab project with Young Jock. Like, what the fuck what is that? Why they got an album together?
Yeah, I don't know why you say Young Jock, but it's fine.
I'm trying to find something.
Like, out of all niggas, like that was crazy. It's a lot of mediocre rappers that you say.
I couldn't think of like mediocre rappers.
Jay-Z and like a Wale. Like obviously Wale's better than. But no one's asking for that. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to find.
He's clearly better than Rich the Kid.
I'm trying to find mediocre at a mediocre, and I'm trying to find people of that time, like back in the day.
Oh, Rich the Kid kind of old.
No, Rich the Kid's new. But I'm saying like when Jay-Z would have been like, you know, why is he doing an album in 2009 with Young Jock or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is he doing that for? That's what I was trying to find. Like, of course, I got like, why is he doing an album with like Lil Pump or something? Like, shit, I could have found a new rapper who's like kind of washed, but like, I was trying to find somebody in his time period who was washed. But yeah, that's
what he said he the lean plug. That nigga must be a hell of a
got the best lean in the world if he doing albums with Wayne and NBA YoungBoy. Like,
swing.
He must be the GOAT lean plug if that's what he got. If he's serving to these people, he get full length projects out of Wayne. Stop it.
I know he like lean, but shit. But now back to Kendrick.
I was disappointed. I'm like, all right. He dropped the shit with his cousin. I get it. His cousin might have dropped the album. He wants to help.
Did you like it? I ain't listened to it.
The album was his cousin?
Yeah.
Or the song with his cousin.
Oh, it was only one song?
They got 2 songs. They got another song on the album. But
people was making it seem like it was. I thought people was making it seem like it was like both like a duo album, like Rich Kid, Lil Wayne. I didn't know he was just on 2 songs.
Oh, you asking? Oh, you okay? You asked about Wayne and Rich Kid.
No. I was using him as an
example. About Kendrick and his cousin.
I am asking about Kendrick. I was using him as an example because how they actually made a duo project or like what it's trying to be alive.
No.
That's what I was thinking.
He was just on
Kendrick
2 songs on the album. Like,
I thought he was on like all of the songs.
No. He was just on 2 songs. That should have been way bigger if he was like on every record. But he's just on 2 songs on the album.
But look at that though. Look at like he was on 2 songs in the album. He made that nigga album go crazy. Well,
with y'all logic, Young Jock would be tier 2. Stop capping. What do you mean he'd be tier 2? Because Rich the Kid's definitely not tier 2. I don't know what do you mean.
Nigga, Young Jock is like tier 5, and I've never even said a tier 5 rapper before. That nigga's at the bottom of the bottom.
I don't know. He had like a run, so I ain't gonna say he like skill wise, probably not the greatest rapper, but like
what was the run? Give me the run. Give me the rundown.
Here we go.
I pause the podcast.
Here we go.
Give me a rundown of Young Jock.
Here we go.
Because I like this tier shit. Anytime we get into tier shit, look, I can do this all day. But no, I would say I'm giving
Young Jock Head is going down. He had I Know You See It, Stunt Is a Habit. But those were like big songs when we were young. We talking about mid. They might not be
to fucking high schoolers.
Nigga, that
Going
was
down is the only one that was like fucking crazy.
Bro, are you crazy?
Other ones was mid.
I know.
Nigga, high schoolers and middle schoolers, but that wasn't like niggas, like people wasn't like, oh my God, Young Jock may be up. Like, no.
Bro, you wildin'.
I just said, and for us, those songs for our demographic.
Who it gotta be for? It gotta be cool for the old niggas for it to be a run?
Tier 5.
I get it.
Tier 5, like
bro, he made 10
those
million,
3 songs.
He made $10 million. He was on a run.
Good for him.
That's what
you ain't. There's a lot of tier 5 niggas that made that.
Niggas ain't making $10 million if they ain't have a run, nigga. They ain't just like make a little book. He had like a year and a half. He had like a year and a half. I'm not saying nigga had like 5 years where he was on top.
Good for him. Where you rank him?
I respect niggas who can make a couple hits. I put him as far as not talent. If I'm to say like a career that I would like to have, I'd say like a tier 3.
So give me the nigga that made All Go Everything. What's him? Because he had 2 good hits.
He had 1, tier 4. What else?
He had another hit after that. He had 1 more hit after that.
What's it called?
I don't remember, but it was another hit after that.
All you know is All Go.
I swear he had 2. I don't remember it. I'm not about to. I'm not a fan of
tier 4.
So he got 1 more hit than that nigga.
Young Jock has
3.
But I just said Young Jock had.
You had 3 songs and 2 of them.
Let me see if I can. Hold on.
Like, I didn't listen to that song like that.
Hold on.
Any, Meeny, Mighty Mo. Like
he was on Buy You a Drink. That was a hit. Even though it's T-Pain song, he did his thing on that. He lent himself. He lent himself to the what's that song called? The broke look at that nigga choke. He was on that record. That was a big record at the
tier 4 ass shit that you named.
He was on this.
This is some tier 4 ass shit. You named one feature.
He was on this record. He was on
a record.
He was
this nigga
on.
said he was on a record.
He was on
He's
Zoom. He was on Zoom with Boosie.
This nigga's insane. You named
My
two.
point- no, no, no,
You
no, no,
named
no, no,
one
no.
great song.
No, but my
Let me
point-
get this
my-
off.
this
You
my
named
point.
one great song. You named two all-star maybe songs. You named a superstar. You got stars. You name an all-star. Then you name features. Tier 4.
Bro, the point isn't that he was a feature. The point was that
Now
if
you
you
making,
wanted
you
it, if you
making our
wanted,
shit look
the
crazy.
point is if you wanted him,
I get why this nigga on our ass.
he's not on it. He just said, "Yo, he wild, D friend." He on your ass, nigga. My point is,
He said tier 2. I'm not agreeing
no,
with
he's
that.
wild
nigga.
with
I thought he
tier
was
two.
on my
Tier
side.
two. Tier two's wild. Tier two's wild. But my point is, yeah, Young Jock may be a feature, but at one point in time, he was the nigga you wanted on the feature.
Well, you got Wale.
Tier 3.
Nigga, Young Jock is not no goddamn tier 3. Hell
Let me
no.
ask you this. 10-song verses. Wale
Wale
Young Jock.
washing that nigga.
Are you sure?
Features and all, Wale washing that nigga.
Are you
Stop
sure?
it.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
I'm 100% positive.
Okay. I don't know.
Off bad alone, is you bad? That's his
If
number
he play
one.
bad,
nigga.
I'm just gonna play this.
Okay, that's their number one. This nigga got he on Dice Pineapples.
I'm gonna just play this. He started the song off. What's it? What else?
He got 8 bars on that. Okay. All right, nigga want me to pull out the Wale. Nigga want me to pull out the Wale.
Come on.
I'm on a fucking computer.
No, don't play the songs because they gonna copyright us again. Nigga.
Nah, I ain't gonna play it. I'm just gonna look up the shit. I was about to go on my phone.
He got
Lotus Flower Bomb. He got Dice Pineapples. He got Bad. Ambition. He winning, bro. I can't play the other songs. What's Angels with featuring? He got Chris Brown in the song, so I know he got Chris Brown in 2 songs, so he winning it off rip.
I don't know, honestly. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm looking at these records for Young Jock. It might be a long night. A 10 record one, like maybe 10 records, it might be a good battle. He got Coffee Shop. You remember Coffee Shop?
You remember you see how you had to ask me that?
That's an indictment on you if you don't remember. That's not. I'm not saying it like. Do you remember it? For if you don't
Nah, I
remember
remember that trash
I gotta look
shit.
at you as a certain
That
way.
shit not good, nigga. That nigga tier 4. He tier 4. You disrespectful because Wale got good albums.
That's cool. I'm just talking about careers. Like whose career would I want to have? I mean, obviously I want to have Wale's career. But I just don't think Wale got enough hits to be like a tier 2. Because who would I put
I
in
said tier 3.
2?
Tier 3 towards the bottom, but he not tier. Jock not tier 4. Jock not tier 4.
I ain't never seen Wale on the Cash Kings list. I seen Young Jock on the Cash Kings list.
It's so many rappers that I got in tier 3 that's better than that nigga. Nah.
I don't know how we even got off on that tangent about Young Jock.
Somebody talking about we mentioned him earlier, so and then somebody said in the comments.
That was fun. That was a good little.
You mentioned Young Jock and then we got on.
Oh yeah, I mentioned them with the.
You got anything else about Kendrick?
Kendrick, we'll see. Hopefully, he drops soon, man. Like, come on.
Stop
What are you waiting on? Just drop, bro. I know you. Ain't nobody about to drop in November. I'll tell you that right now.
Wow.
Because Adele dropping.
Mm.
Like my thing is,
our demographic ain't got nothing to do with
no. If let me tell you something, rappers. If you hear this, if any rapper ever hears this before November 19th, I think it's November 19th. If you do not drop by November 19th, you might as well wait to drop 2022. Because you see how Drake is about to be #1 again for his 6th week. If you expect a #1 album, don't drop. If you don't drop before November 19th, don't drop.
Niggas. You talking about top niggas? I thought you was
Anybody.
Niggas ain't nobody worry about that.
Bro, let me tell you something. Last time she dropped, I think we talked about this. She did 3.3 million first week. Think about it like that. Drake
That's
did
not
600.
our demographic.
It don't. Nick, I'm talking about if you want a #1 album in the USA.
That's why I said you talking about big niggas. Most niggas ain't thinking about getting a #1 album.
Yeah, who not? Let me preface this. I only give a fuck about the big niggas.
Okay. Well, what big nigga stuff besides Kendrick?
Lil Baby about to drop. Lil Durk got a drop. Roddy Ricch got a drop. Kendrick got a drop. Who else got a drop? Somebody else said they was about to drop this year too.
Okay.
Rick Ross probably wasn't gonna get a number one anyways, but like Baby, Durk, Roddy, Kendrick. Maybe Kendrick could probably beat her, maybe her second.
I don't think Durk could get a number one album, I guess.
It depends on who drops. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all ain't dropping before Adele drops, you might as well write it up and hang it up to 2022. If your goal is to get number one, because also, I'm sure people got in their contract, just like NBA, you get a number one, you might get a little bit of an incentive, like a little extra, bag. It's like an incentive-based thing. Like, oh, I got a number one album, maybe I get an extra $150,000. I don't know if that's true, but when Adele drop, it's over for the rest of the year. Because I'm seeing how Drake doing, actually, you know what? I might backtrack on that a little bit. Only because it's like we discuss like when it comes to white people, they shit don't really be big off of, like Drake's continually on the top because people continue to stream his shit. White people, they typically buy it, and once you buy it, they're not really streaming it, so her numbers might not last for a long, you know what I'm saying? For as long as a Drake. If 3 million people,
I don't listen to her shit, so.
You know an Adele song, or 3 or 2.
I know a song, but then I'm like, I ain't on the bandwagon.
That's your problem. But Adele, she's like a goat. She one of the goats. Hey,
I'm sorry, brother.
Like, that's why I can't have this respectable conversations. You didn't even know Young Jock. It's like, you don't even know the hits.
I'm not being even disrespectful.
You don't even know the hits.
Understand. She's just not me. But Young Jock, no, bro. Adele, I'm not discrediting Adele at all. But Young Jock, bro, come on, bro. If we put a consensus out, bro, and like if we really start to like give like a top 25 with like 5 people in each tier, bro, Young Jock would not fit in the threes.
Well, Kyrie made a statement.
Don't believe that I'm retiring. Don't believe that, I'm going to give up this game for a vaccine mandate or staying unvaccinated. Don't believe any of that shit, man. Like really be aware of what's being said before I even get a chance to be on the podium and speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people saying all these things about what's going on with me, and it's just not true. Pay attention to what's going on out in the real world. People are losing their jobs to these mandates. People are having to make choices with their own lives, which I respect. And I don't want to sit here and play on people's emotions either. Just use logic. What would you do? If you felt uncomfortable going into the season when you were promised that you would have exemptions or that you didn't have to be forced to get the vaccine. This wasn't an issue before the season started. This wasn't something that I foresaw coming.
The hypocrisy, though, there's a fucking hundreds of or thousands of fans in the stadium. And we got this hypocrisy on how the players have to get vaccinated. It's kind of crazy to me.
This is what what's crazy to me?
Use logic, not emotion.
You know what I said is crazy? And people don't even think about these things because these things, honestly, when you think about them, they don't make too much sense. You know how I said Kyrie should go to the Heat? You know what league, you know what conference the Heat are in? The Heat are in the East. So you're telling me, let's say the Nets are the number 1 seed. They're going to have to play in Brooklyn 4 games. So Kyrie could play in Brooklyn 4 games as long as he doesn't actually play in New York. But when he's in New York, he can't play. But he's going to be playing. He'll end up playing in that exact same stadium that he's not allowed to play in, but just for another team. That don't make no fucking sense whatsoever. Andrew Wiggins, he ended up getting it. Any other player can come and play as long as their home state don't mandate vaccines. Anybody from Houston, Dallas, Mark Cuban saying whatever he's saying, San Antonio could go to San Francisco and play and not be vaccinated if they are or not. But the people, that's so stupid. But that's just,
But
even you think about the fans, like who live there. Like you would think, like the players are on the court, they're just gonna fuck with each other. You got these people packed in this fucking house. They rubbing shoulders at the bathroom. They at the checkout lines to get
I'm
for
not
concessions.
bothered. I'm personally not bothered with the crowds and stuff like that. But if we being realistic using logic, when I just went to a game, the Texans game, when we filing out of there, everybody shoulder to shoulder.
That's my point. Like that's more detrimental than the niggas playing on the court.
You would say it. I'm not gonna say it's detrimental. I don't believe it, but you would think logically.
My point, no, I'm not saying it's detrimental. I think, oh, now everybody's gonna die. My point is, these risk factors that y'all are trying to implement. What is more of the risk? These 10 guys playing on the court, or these 100,000 people squished up next to each other in these little ass chairs, screaming, spitting, go next to each other in each other's face. What is more of a bird? What's more of a you would think would be the like we need
food
to
being served, food being served by people. People is doing regular
people reaching
shit.
over people to grab a popcorn from the guy walking around the stadium. People going to the bathroom, waiting in line. People in the what's that shit called, the concession stand line, talking. Oh, bro, did you see that play? All in my face, spitting out like
no mask at all. And I'm not a person that believes in this shit. I'm just saying logically you would think that's more of a risk factor, like he was saying. But to me, like how Kyrie said, like he didn't even say that he gonna retire. That's like more of the shit like how somebody was talking about like with Stephen A. Like maybe he made that shit up with Katie, or maybe it wasn't as legit as a source as he thought it was. And same thing with that. Like he didn't even say that. So people making up shit. Like I said, I feel like the media and the NBA been trying to demify him, and people been letting shit run to get the people on their side before he even said something. But now he said something. I mean, bro, it's up to people, but it's kind of crazy.
Flying low. We brought up that it's not really the Nets' fault, it's the city's fault. But even for the city, it don't like if your thing for the city is you can't perform in a stadium, then why are thousands of people allowed to go to that stadium? Or do they gotta be vaccinated to go into stadiums?
No, I didn't have to be vaccinated.
No,
but they do say
I'm talking about New York, because now I think about it, they was making people show vaccination cards to get into restaurants. So is that the same for the stadiums?
On StubHub, it do say certain stadiums are permit that you show vaccine cards. So
everybody gotta be vaccinated then. I mean, I guess that makes sense. That's how the city gonna do. I guess okay. So I mean, that makes sense. They care, but they try to care about everybody. I guess that makes sense.
Logically, it still don't make sense, but
I mean, yeah, I see. But the thing that don't make sense is like if we're gonna say, okay, yeah, they may have to get the vaccine to play in this, to go to the games. Okay, y'all are at least y'all being consistent with the players got to get it and the fans got to get it. But the thing that doesn't make sense is that Kyrie Irving can go play for the Heat and still come play in y'all stadium, but only people who don't live there can perform. But if you live there, you can't. It's like, because I was confused. I was like, why is Joe Rogan going to Madison Square Garden? He said he wasn't vaccinated. And then somebody told me, oh, that rule only applies to citizens. Obviously, he can't control what people in Austin do, but he can control what happens in the city. If he really didn't want people to come perform there that ain't vaccinated, they can make that a rule for everybody. If you want to come to our city and do X, Y, and Z, they got laws. They got laws.
Lose too much.
Yeah, they lose too much money. They can't. I get why they don't, but you know, it is what it is. Because I know the UFC had a little thing they was trying to get through, because they got an event coming up in New York, and they was like, because Dana White, he not making people he ain't doing vax mandates, and that's why people fuck with the UFC, because he just let people do whatever they want. He let people say whatever they want, and you know, ain't too many people really getting fucked up like that in the UFC off speech or whatever they say. But they were kind of weary of whatever's gonna happen because they want to go fight in New York. But it looked like if you don't live there, you good. So
yeah, but I'm with Kyrie, and I feel like black people that criticize him kind of crazy. Like it's
Don't believe that.
Even if you don't agree, bro, like the fact that he haven't really said nothing to demify the other side, he ain't brought out no hate speech. Like he's standing up for himself, bro. I feel like it's crazy for black people to even like criticize somebody when they doing something for their own self. Like
yeah.
We gotta be like we're a little too comfortable. Like we let the media do it, then we think it's cool to do it, but we gotta stop this shit. Like how other races can't, like you can't really talk about other races in the media like that without it being crazy. And I know this is a big ass goal to ask black people, but it's really shouldn't be happening. If we was being like, if this was legit culture that we had, bro, we wouldn't allow that shit, bro. Because it's like, nah, bro. We look at it like if you can shut him up, you can shut us up.
Yeah.
Like, and this nigga Rich got money. If you can shut the man that ain't got no money up, like they really trying to use him as an example. Like they always use our black leaders as examples to kind of like ripple down effect on us. So Kyrie no different. That's why when people are like, oh, he not like Muhammad, like bro, they use him as an example and they're trying to use him as Kyrie as an example as well, bro. Let's not play semantics, bro. Like black people, we too comfortable, bro, where we can even like nitpick like that. Like, bro, like it really shouldn't be no question, especially when somebody like that. It's a approach, atrocious. What do you how do you say that? Like atrocious on your freedom or some shit like that.
So we know what you mean.
Yeah. So I feel like when we don't do that, like it make it easier for other people to just talk about us without really caring, because it's like
we're gonna destroy ourselves. We're gonna destroy each other anyway. So yeah. Everybody else got the free for all to do it as well. Yeah. But yeah. Shit. I think that's all I got. I don't know if you got anything else on your list of
I know you wanted to talk about maybe PC culture or Netflix and Dave Chappelle. I don't know.
Oh, well, this was the Dave Chappelle shit. I like that the Netflix CEO was like, hey, we ain't pulling shit. Because a lot of people be caving and shit. And he was like, no. But obviously, Dave Chappelle. They want to do business with Dave Chappelle in the future. So I do wonder if it was a smaller act, would they have pulled him off the,
Most likely, but I still like the fact that at least he earned the right to be like, nah, we just because y'all said this man got credentials, this man still got money. We respect him as a business partner. We know what he was when we brought him in here. We reviewed the shit. We watched the shit before we put it out.
We pushed the button on it. We knew what he was gonna say before it came out.
Yeah, facts. You don't think these niggas watched the shit? Like they were comfortable releasing it. They understood the publicity, bad and good, that was gonna come with Netflix, and they decided to go with it. So I appreciate it, like you said, them standing with it and standing on their toes, because I wish more people would do that in the sense of not even it being a financial interest, but like not just being scared to be like, bro, what y'all gonna do? Dave Chappelle gonna bring us more money than you could take away from us, essentially. Like obviously, like media try to cancel Netflix, but bro, Netflix is a big industry. I don't think they gonna do that. Like people got vested interest in Netflix. There's a lot of people in Netflix like they get money from them. So it's a lot of people that what do you call influencers or creators that want Netflix to thrive. So even on that sense, like nah, bro, they gonna keep the shit up. So yeah. I don't know, bro. I wish other people would look at it, because it's like, bro, what this little Twitter fire, this little social media fire is what you think gonna cancel this multi-billion corporation? Stop playing. Like, stop being so reactive to these people like that. Because, bro, like, not necessarily, I ain't even trying to joke, but when you look at the person that, like, I believe they said is the head of it, come on, bro. Like I hate to, like, judge the messenger, but that person don't look like the person that I should be following cues or thoughts and ideas. Like, I don't know if you've seen the person that, like, it's supposedly
the writer, the person that was a writer for Netflix.
No, the person that's like creating some of the uproar on social media. Like it was one of the transgender people, but the person looked like a Hollywood, like cokehead, crazy, fuck the transgender shit. The person just don't look like a good person. But I ain't even talk about the sex shit like that. But bro, these people look like nobody's on social media. Like they look like social media trolls is what I'm essentially trying to say. Like, these are the people that you about to lead a fucking revolution for you to counsel people that's really like trying to do shit creative. Like, come on, bro. I feel like
they put out a memo.
Too much of a joke.
They was circling a memo around the office that October 20th they're gonna do like a walkout. Like the trans, I don't know if it's just, I won't say it's just the transgender people that work at Netflix, but like also people in support. They're gonna do like a mass walkout. I am interested to see how many people actually walk out of the office that day.
Well, different. I don't know how you're gonna feel about me saying this, but I feel like the whole like them being uproar rage about them being just like how we was talking about. Everybody just want to be a victim. I seen the post. I didn't do my research, but the numbers aren't high on the deaths and murders of these people, right?
Oh, you sound like the white conservatives when they talk about police killings.
Obviously, killings are not bad, but when we talk about injustice, like it's not like a outrageous thing that's going on. Like I don't think it's like a pandemic or like you would say where you could say with black people missing, black people getting killed. And I'm not trying to, our shit's worse or whatever.
Yeah, you ain't trying to compare. I get what you're saying because I brought it up.
It is what it is. It's the truth.
I brought it about because
I just feel like we overreacting to shit when it's not even that serious. Like maybe y'all not fully accepted, which I mean, I think all cultures kind of gotta get used to not being fully accepted. And I can understand y'all trying to push y'all shit out and do whatever. But if people don't accept it, y'all kind of got to deal with that because I mean that's other people's culture. You can't force shit on people. And I feel like they starting to get the power to be able to counsel people in order to like make people scared that they have to accept the shit because they don't want to be counseled. So I feel it's an overreaction, and what you know how people say like they overcompensate when things kind of go wrong. Like certain things do go wrong. Like they did get unjust, they did get treated fairly, but I think it overcompensated, and now things are kind of getting a little too out of whack with that shit. Because even when we look at our shit and our play, bro, we got numbers that's skyrocketing, and people not like Dave Chappelle said getting counseled and shit. And I feel like it's just a little bit of an overreaction, bro.
Yeah.
And this counseling shit kind of getting out of hand. And it's being led by, like I said, people that are trolls that really don't.
This cat is, you got this catnip, this cat going fucking crazy.
Oh, that's always. But their biggest credentials is starting to uproar on social media. Like that's the biggest.
I mean, certain people live for shit like that.
Yeah, bro, and that's dangerous when you let those people like create
dictate conversation and dictate movements and shit like that. But like, I mean, I see what you're saying. It's like I was thinking about that because I was thinking about that concept from the aspect of one of this famous. She's like a black trans woman who like does comedy or something, or she used to have a show. And the first time I ever seen her, she was on Vine, shaking her ass, ring a doorbell, open the door, flipped around, and a dangling was swinging. So I was like, okay, that's not a woman. Looks like a woman in the face and everything, but obviously that's not a biological woman, whatever. She was like, I'm not watching this special. I got my strap on me. People are saying like Dave Chappelle's special like promotes violence against trans people. I was like, I don't think people really watch a Dave Chappelle. Like I'm about to go and enact violence onto your community. Now I get it. Like there's like if the numbers are, let's say 15 trans people were killed this year for being trans, like that's tragic. 15 people shouldn't die because of who they are. But like let's not act like Dave Chappelle is now, because that's another thing people like to do. They like to try to take people's words, hold them accountable for all actions of people that watch them or whatever. It's like today I did the video about the Steven Crowder guy. Like I did one video, he was discussing Lizzo and Meg Thee Stallion. It was kind of distasteful the way he was going at them in a certain way. I did a video about that. Then I backdoor did a video about him getting suspended on YouTube because he brought up a story about this school board who kind of was trying to cover up a rape, and it was about transgender people being in the bathroom, right? And I don't know what he said about him, but he got suspended off YouTube. And I was speaking about the story. I was like, it's kind of fucked up. I don't really think that people or should be scared of like transgender people going in the bathroom with like their daughter and they're gonna do it. I think it's more people that are like just pedophiles taking advantage of that new law so they can do it. And I was just like, what's the fucking point I was trying to make? My point was me speaking and people taking my words as different ways. Then I had people in the comments like talking shit about transgenders and doing this. I'm like, I didn't say that, but was somebody try to say, well, you generated that speech. Like, I didn't generate that out of them because I didn't even say anything remotely close to what they're saying. If they take what I say and they go and act violence, I don't think that's my fault because what I said is completely different from whatever they're saying. You
brought up a conversation and they had a perspective on that conversation, and that's what they brought to your channel. Whoever would have brought up that conversation, that's the talking points they would have brought to that channel, regardless if they was pro or anti. If they got to that channel and was watching a video about that topic, that's the statement because they're regurgitating what they what resonates with them on that topic, and that's how they feel about it. So that's why they say it has nothing to do with the actual person. That's that person's personal beliefs. Period. What to me, I feel like we live in a society where Cry Wolf, like in an alternate reality, never got caught, and he was just able to keep crying wolf and like keep getting away with things. And that's how I kind of feel, like you said, with the lady getting offended and feeling like Dave Chappelle that's hate speech. Like, nah, like it's not. And to even like try to be able to counsel somebody, like it's tasteless, but they want that power for some reason, and it's weird to me. Like, I don't know. They want
to be able to have you like bend that knee to them. Like, we were able to create this movement against this thing, this person, but it's like you said, people start to get tired of that shit. They get to be like, all right, bro. Like, okay. I was
at the Cry Wolf.
Whenever we saw Trump pass whatever that said transgender people are no longer allowed to be in the military, I was like, that's fucked up. He's creating actual legislation against you for what you believe you do. I think that's fucked up. But like little shit like I'm offended by a comedy special, we ain't really gonna ride for you like that, because like, bro, it's like, all right, bro, come on. And also, I would like to actually speak to like transgender individuals about this, because once again, that whole like the loud minority, I probably feel like most transgender people don't really feel the same way that a lot of these other people do. It's just like the people on social media. Just like whenever certain black people get on TV and they're so offended by certain things, the majority probably don't give a fuck. Like, they're not offended by it. They're not like at home crying as well or screaming at the TV. Depending on what it is, obviously. Like the George Floyd shit, people was fucking with. Obviously, you've seen that in live action protests across the country. But like certain shit you see, most people don't care. But it's the people you see that's out in front on TV doing this, and they make it seem like a lot of people actually feel this way. It's like the people are going to walk out of Netflix on October 20th. They're still not going to cancel Dave Chappelle. And then what? Okay, so what was your goal? Like, nothing's going to change.
Netflix probably meant more to you than you did to them. You're not that big of a entity, or you don't have that much value for them to care like that. There's millions of people trying to replace you. Yeah. Bye. But I feel like, once again, it was kind of overcompensating. Like, of course, America has fucked over people. But I feel that it's kind of fucked up for other people to like play the victim card so bad, because people that's really going through shit gotta really wait in line while you play games and like look at me. I got fucked over. Like, let's be real. Like,
and not even fucked over. Dave Chappelle shit isn't something like.
I'm talking. I'm not past Dave Chappelle. Just them in general, and how like, y'all want to get y'all voice heard and shit like that. But yeah, you cut me off. I lost my point, but it's.
What you about to say? If I remember, I'll go back to it.
Just like, pretty much what you said. Like, they just want, they're using up the space, for actual grievances. It's like if you in line, right? You know how like on old TV shows, you got like the king, and then he has like a bunch of people from down at the village. They come up one by one to air out whatever little grievance they got. Yeah. It's like, I'm like 10th row back. He might only be talking to 3 people today, and the first person in line's like, someone cut my, just like some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bitch, I'm number 5, bitch. I got something to really talk about up in the front. You hogging up with some bullshit.
Yeah, and it's like you, bro. It's people that really got shit, and like I say, everybody, like, people got problems that they go through in life. Obviously, world hard. It's classism and shit like that, where it's hard for you to get out of your shirt and shit like that. But we got to be real when we start talking about what's oppression and stuff like that. And I guess we don't want to like overlook other people's shit, but we can't overreact how we doing, bro. Because it's like I said, when people start trying to counsel and they like, oh, it's hate speech, and I feel outraged. Like, bro, that's not what oppression looks like. Oppression comes through what black people know it well, and other minorities know it well, through systematic oppression. The hate speech and all that shit, that works, but that's not really even that's not even in nowadays. Like, most people that's racist and shit, like, you look like racists now that say nigga and shit, like you look stupid. Like you gotta do it more overtly. Like that's the new version of racism. Like you look outdated when you still coming with that old. Like black people laugh at that shit now, and like it's old and outdated. Like that's not what affects us anymore. So like when you saying like words like breaking my bones and shit, like bro, like I understand it may hurt your feelings, but that's not what's. Let's look at the systematic oppression. When you say changing laws and shit like that, that's stuff we gotta look at. That's real oppression. But the words and shit, bro, that y'all getting out of hand with stuff like that. Trying to counsel people for having opinions and feelings, it's a little out of hand because that's like black people are still being hung. I can't say that. Black people are still being shot in the street, cold blood, but way higher numbers. And I mean, I guess you could say you want to stop it now with the transgender hate, so it don't get to that. I can understand that. That is a logical argument, but I don't feel like Dave Chappelle is that. Like I just feel
like I don't think that's the
more
enemy you need to be fighting. Like that's not the enemy you should be focused on.
Yeah.
Like if your biggest problem is Dave Chappelle, it's like that's that is the biggest. That's the biggest problem that y'all are allowing for people to focus on. It's like, come on, bro.
And can y'all like when we talk about the let's say is there a focus hate that y'all can even like point at? Like, is there a cult? Is there a group? Is there an organization that you can literally say that is causing oppression? Like, there's not a when you look at Dave Chappelle fans, like when you look at the majority of his fans, you're not about to be like, oh, these people are bigots.
Yeah.
Like, show me people that's literally like organized hate against you. Not little peeps and bully. They basically mad at bullies. Like, and Dave Chappelle's not a bully by any means. But at worst, some of these people may be bullies with the things that they say when hurtful stuff. But these people are not creating an organization, not creating groups behind the shit. Like we could say Antifa. Like there's things we could point at. KKK. We could talk about. Black people can point at either leaders, politicians. We can point at people. John Gruden. We can point at people and literally see how there's groups and organized hate and oppression. When you can start pointing at that, I feel like you have more legitimate arguments than little gripes about people that may be misbehaving or may not be showing class. There's going to be always people like that. You will never be able to completely cease that. And to try to do that, you're going to be end up on some Hitler-esque type shit because no one's ever going to be in line with your shit, period. There's going to always be some naysayers. You could be Jesus, nigga. You're going to have naysayers. So I don't care about how good or holy your movement may be. You're going to get naysayers. So if you start trying to counsel everybody, eventually you're going to be the hate crime or hate committee that really should be demonified. So it's a very slippery slope, bro. And like I said, once you can point at groups of organization that's going against you, that's legitimate. When you talk about Trump doing that,
you know how you bring people in with you? You let people joke around, and people can't joke around about you because you gotta admit some of the shit is kind of funny. It's like, all right, bro, you think you're a woman? Like some shit is funny. If you can't take a joke about nothing, it's like, come on, dog. Like black people get joked down all the time. When it's funny, bro. That's just like it was funny. It's funny.
I'm at work. Someone said, hey, can one of you ladies give me a drink? The trans person that was there said, well, I ain't no lady. Jokingly. It's funny. Cause she ain't want to get the look. She didn't want to get the drink. But it's a funny joke. Like that's a good joke. So
it was a guy who turned into a woman, right?
Yes. Okay. And the joke, the dude wasn't joking. He was like, "Hey, can one of you ladies give me something to drink?"
So he was respecting the gender pronouns.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think she said that to the customer, but she said that to the other, like, because the other girl worked there. She said it to, and she was like, "Well, I ain't a lady," so she's like, "Hey, give me." But it's like that's just funny.
It's like
if you can joke on yourself, like. You can allow other people to joke on you like that. That's cool. Like you could be like that's a part of becoming the group in the sense of like you get roughhoused. With women, you roughhouse. With men, we roughhouse in our own type of way with joking and just trying to test you and poke your buttons. We do that. Like it make you a stronger person when you can laugh at yourself. Like when you take yourself too serious, you start to create problems with your friends. poke at your insecurities, which make you laugh at shit where it's like, well, if I can laugh at it, it really ain't that bad. Like a lot of times we be in our head and our friends low key be bringing shit out of us that most people don't see it because it's like so natural. But yeah, I mean that's another like intrinsic thing that you may not see.
We live in this society where it feels like everybody wants to like build this utopia society where it's like everybody
thinks the same.
Not even necessarily everybody think the same, but just like
that's where we headed.
Nobody will say nothing bad about me. Nobody will do this. You have to think about it, like, okay, trans people, they get made fun of, they get attacked. None of that is okay. I wish that didn't happen to anybody. And I'm not trying to compare, but at a certain point, you got to come to the realization, like you said, that's going to happen to you. Black people still get attacked in certain areas for being black. Hispanic people, they be running up on them saying, "Are you got your green card?" They've been living in America for 30 years. Like
we get Karen every day.
Everybody is gonna get fucked up. It's just when they start to actually, like, if you get killed because you're trans, that's a tragedy still, right? But it's the same thing as like you get hung for being black, you get castigated for being Hispanic, you get fucked over for being an Indian or Asian, whatever it is, right? All of it's fucked up. That's always gonna be there. But you can fight back against brutality against your people. Like if you're saying like, hey, 5 trans people have been murdered in this town in the past 2 months, there's probably a problem going on systematically within that town. We should go and figure out that problem. But if it's like it's like if somebody made a joke about black people and the George Floyd shit was going on and people started trying to focus on this joke shit, it's like, bro, like we're not like, no, this is the actual thing. Just like we said, legislation. If Trump, when he was president, was trying to push trans people out of the military, I think that's fucked up. That should be a focus. Just how.
And let me be real. Let me preface this. It's fucked up. But how many trans people is that really affecting?
Oh, the military.
Like, yeah, like well, it may be some trans people that may be undercover in the military we might not know about. So that may be the problem. But I'm like, how many trans people are actively trying to join the military? That was my first thought with that. Like, yeah, that's fucked up, but like,
well, yeah, even if it's not a lot, but it's still like to put that on paper, it's like, damn, it's like.
I understand, yeah, I understand, but I feel like it ain't that many trans people that's really trying to be in the army.
It's like how many black people are trying to play hockey, but it's like we're gonna ban black people from playing hockey. It's like
cricket. No, black people play cricket. I should say.
I was like something they don't play a lot.
Black people
like
play everything.
NASCAR. Like black people can't do NASCAR. Like it's like, damn, we wasn't really like trying to rush to do it, but the fact that you like y'all can't do it, it's still fucked up. It's like,
yeah,
why not?
I was just trying to be. I was kind of making a joke, but just back to like the joke and stuff. Like it's you don't realize it, but like I said, even if it is a bad joke, I kind of even feel like with black people and white people, we kind of had that problem with like, oh, we can't take jokes. But bro, we joke on white people all the time. And they may say stuff that's out of line, but we say stuff that's out of line about them all the time. Now, are they organizing? All right, we can talk about the cops. We can talk about government. But let's like talking about people that saying shit in media. I mean,
I'll be hearing Charlamagne the guy say some wild shit about white people on the radio that if a white person said that about black people, they'd be done for.
Yeah. And I feel like
called white devils or crack ass. If somebody got on the internet like, oh, this, like they say, oh, this mayonnaise skin. If a white person got on the radio and said this charcoal, whatever the fuck, whatever equivalent to that would be the black, they'd be done for. But like you just got to be able to take jokes. That's
jokes, and then it's like you got to accept that there's going to be ignorant people in the world, even if it's not jokes. Like you, like bro, all right, cool. That's your people. Y'all like listening to that shit. Thanks for pointing it out. We don't fuck with people like y'all. Cool, we moving on. But like, it's just I feel like we just have to be more like thorough in our thoughts and like not getting so offended with shit that's like I say little, because it's like we be focused on that shit, trying to nitpick people, but bro, the real problem that we really all have, like we all have, is systematic oppression. Like
black people would do NASCAR if you could smoke a Newport while you drive.
Racist. Some racist shit.
That's some racist shit. Get the
but
flying low. About to ban you.
I think the number one black dude in like the Euro shit was like Hamilton.
He cold. He cold.
And then I think it's another black dude in NASCAR that's pretty cold.
Bubba
I
Watt,
don't know his
whatever.
name.
Bubba, but there's only one.
Bubba Watson, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
No,
black
Lewis
people,
Hamilton is like Lewis Hamilton's like a GOAT in that Formula One shit.
yeah.
I see the thing
So-
that they put out the athletes list. He would make like $60 million a year, and most people probably don't know who the hell he is. He dated Nicki Minaj for a little bit, but also that Formula One shit. That's like that's like playing polo or like it's that rich people shit. It's like
That's the
horses,
rich people shit.
like that's like that luxury. Like oh, I'm gonna buy a Formula One team. Like that's like the money league. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have money to really get into some shit like that.
Yeah, that's some top echelon shit right there.
But did you see? I just want to talk about this. He said I'm black. Okay, well, you Uncle Tom, nigga. Now I'm playing. You Uncle Tom. But
You gonna say we need cigarettes? What? We need some watermelon in that motherfucker too. Wait, what's next,
Put
motherfucker?
a bucket of chicken right next to you. Right
When we win, we get our tap dance, motherfucker. What you?
We ready to go. Put a little radio in that motherfucker. Shit, we ready to go. But nah. Speaking of like, I don't know, bro. When I this is the last thing I want to talk about. I'm tired as hell. But anyways, I be getting inspired when I be seeing the money these motherfuckers make making content, man. When people actually leak their shit and they put their numbers out and they do, I be like, damn, I just got to keep grinding. It's like you feel like I'm right there on the cusp of it, right? So, did you see the whole Twitch leak shit?
No, what happened?
Like somebody hacked Twitch and they leaked all of the payout that these guys was making, bro. They making
Give me some numbers,
man. Okay, the top guy in the past since August 2019 to October, so 2 years, $9 million. Just off, and this isn't including sponsorship deals they get, donations that people get, and
what?
This is just from people that subscribe to you. They do like gifted subs.
These niggas RDC one day made 26 or $30,000 in donations in like a 2-3 hour live
That's
stream.
what I'm saying, bro. People be making bread off donations, especially if you do your donations in a certain way. Like I said, I be watching. Well, I don't be watching no more. It'd be kind of cringe. Man, I still watch it sometimes. Like he's just a political guy. This is even on Twitch. It's on YouTube. The Tim Pool guy, he goes live. He gets like 35,000 viewers each night. And you just see them donations, 20, 25, 50, 100. They just going. And you make that incentive that, hey, if you donate at the end of the stream, we're going to read your donations live. And they be racking up on them. So I can just imagine how much money. And even like a guy who, I don't know, it's a guy who fuck with academics, right? His name's like Annoying. Because I was just trying to see other people who stream, like where they was on the list. He was like number 360, right? He pulls like, from what I see, like 3,000, 4,000 views. That's still good. Like, that's a lot of people.
On stream?
Yeah.
On YouTube?
On stream. On, like, Twitch. His payout, he made, over to 2 years, he made $400,000. I'm like.
For 4,000?
To 3,000, 4,000 viewers.
So they do a little different, though, because don't you got to, like, sub or something? You got to subscribe.
Yeah, you got to sub. Yeah, you sub, like, $5, and the streamers probably get, like, $2.50 or $3.
It's like it's a gaming Patreon.
Yeah, it's like. But YouTube got that now too. They got memberships. Like if I want to do like a live stream and I was like, I had a lot of viewers and people wanted to comment and be a part of the conversation, I could put on members only, and you gotta pay to be a member. Like I think Kevin Samuels be doing members only streams.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I see that.
And I don't know. I just be seeing like, damn, nigga making money doing that shit. I'm like, fuck. And there's one guy named Your Rage Gaming or something like that.
I know who Your Rage.
He was streaming and. He accidentally released he was on his YouTube Studio app, but he was trying to switch something else. For a quick second, you could see his numbers, and it was for like either the end of September or the beginning of October. And it was like past 28 days, this channel got 11 million views, and he made $80,000 1 month. $80,000.
Berleezy, AMP. It's a lot of niggas making buku. RDC, it's a lot of niggas making buku money, bro.
That's why when you show
like,
me that.
These niggas get thousands of streams on YouTube and they like they don't even have a YouTube channel and they get thousands of streams on YouTube. It's a nigga that literally upload they shit from stream, what you said, Twitch to YouTube, and they don't care. They just let them rock. They be shouting them out and everything.
Hella money.
That thousands of views on YouTube. So imagine the money they're making on Twitch where they be like, I don't even worry about YouTube. That's crazy to me. I ain't really think about it, but now I don't think about it. Oh man, brother. Follow me, Emerald Gamer and Reactions.
Yo, bro, just start putting out shit, bro.
Emerald Gamers and
just
Reactions.
Bro, I seen that shit. That shit said he made $80,000. Bro, could you imagine? I'd be like, bro, just give me one solid month. Just 1 month where I make like 30. It's like, I just go stupid. It's some kind of fucking controversy I keep talking about. I'm covering it. I go stupid. I'm like, just give me a month. I mean, give me more than 1 month, but you get what I'm saying. I'm like, bro,
Take it.
Think about it. If he's able to consistently make $80,000 a month throughout the year, that's $960,000 just off YouTube revenue. $960,000.
Quitting my goddamn job so fast.
960. That is fucking ridiculous.
I'm quitting my shit so goddamn fast.
That's why I love watching the videos. I always how much money I make on YouTube. I always look them hoes up. I be want to see what type of views correlate to what type of money. One guy seen as well. We gonna got this money shit. We gonna go home. But one guy seen, he was like, check. I told you about it. He was checking his social blade, and it was like he had 112,000 views that month, and the YouTube thing said he probably makes about $5,000 a year. He went back to his YouTube channel. Went from January to December. He made $112,000 a year just uploading, and the videos wasn't getting hella views. When I was on his he was getting like 10,000 views, 15,000 views. Like, he wasn't getting hella views. He making that type of money. So if you want to make content, bro, this is time to get into that content shit right now.
Now and forever, honestly,
Well, yeah,
it's only gonna get bigger. Like, it's only gonna get bigger. Kids growing up on social media, growing up on YouTube, not even watching TV, they kids gonna do that. It's only gonna get bigger. It's gonna get more endorsements. It's only gonna get bigger. So it is a good market to get into. That's why we got into podcasting early, because that's one of those markets as well where you can see it growing. I feel like it's in a little like mixed phase right now, but I feel like podcasts gonna keep growing as well too. Like you see celebrities do it all the time. Like, it's a go-to thing. Like, it's the new media. Like, I ain't got to go through media to hear my favorite artist. I can just go listen to my favorite artist.
Yeah.
Like, so it's different. Like, it's only gonna get better.
I'm just thinking about this. It's like,
that's why I work and try to do shit on the side, because it's like, bro, anything.
If I can get two things to connect,
you get you can talk about a certain album, you can talk about certain artists, like we talked about earlier, like how people kind of hit you on a certain shit. It could be any little topic, bro. On YouTube, somebody said it earlier, the algorithm is wild. It's almost like a lottery in the sense of like, bro, you get one video to pop, bro. Keep dropping, right? You're gonna start getting, see, some people you see kind of doing it off, bro. But honestly, if you're doing this shit on Twitch, then like, it's different. You're getting 300 people on Twitch consistently, bro. That's different than on YouTube. That ain't really much on YouTube. Honestly, 300 with donations and shit, that's a lot, bro. When you count the donations, you may not be getting a lot of fucking streaming money, but with the donations, bro, a lot of people be eating on that shit.
I mean,
bro.
think about like this.
We just got a fucking $500 donation. Shout out to my boy Charles Edwards.
Yeah, shout out to Charles Edwards. Think about, bro, if you can go on
crazy. And I be seeing niggas get that daily. Like Kevin Samuels, he be getting 300, 200. Like, it don't like niggas, like, obviously 25. If niggas getting 25 consistently, niggas just ran it up. Like, niggas just made $400 in an hour. That's crazy money.
I was in Fresh and Fish shit one time. Like, when they was going through their little controversy and they did like a stream where they was like telling our side or some shit, bro. It was like $250, $150, $100, $50, $20, $250, $250. Like, they racking it up on the stream. So it's ways to get the money out here.
Crazy money. If we get 300-400 consistent, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate that we've been getting 5 to 9 views, 10 views. That's growth for us, and I love it. Cause I mean, we've been getting views on SoundCloud. Most of our shit on SoundCloud.
We been like 500 listens a week off of like SoundCloud shit like that. But like, At least on
trying to
here we get to
fast
communicate. Like, I don't really, the SoundCloud shit don't really correlate to like real life. Like I don't see people in my comments. I don't see people like following me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they there.
You can't really invest in SoundCloud either. Like you got to get crazy amount of streams to even probably make bread on SoundCloud. So it's not even I mean, it's a great way to put your stuff out. Don't get it twisted. But as far as like really focusing and making revenue, like we appreciate the steady stream that we continue to get, man. I appreciate them 10 views consistently, man. That being 10 views, it's not the same 10 people. So we're gonna end up having maybe like 60, 70 views at the end of this video. And then we got that video to play out for a week. Like that shit add up, bro. And we honestly we appreciate that shit. This shit crazy. Yeah. And my nigga, we getting donations. Shout out to my boy Flying Low. We getting donations. He been donating 2 weeks straight. At least since on the podcast. I don't know if he's been donating on your channel as well.
I'll be going live though when I be posting shit.
But yeah, he been 2 episodes straight. He been donating, and that's like, bro, $2-3, bro. That's amazing, bro.
Add up, shit.
People like you gonna get the ball going for other people. They're like, oh, niggas donating here, okay.
That's how I really be. If they see somebody donate, they like, well, shit, let me donate something.
You be sparking the wave and shit. We appreciate it because you literally popped our donation cherry type shit. Yeah. So like, bro, now it's like, hey man, we get them hoes. All right, bring them.
Like, damn, niggas donate. Okay, y'all fucking with it. Right. Hey, let me know you fucking with it. See me.
Appreciate it, man.
How you feel? Yeah, and see, we don't really do it like typical YouTube people do. Typically, they don't even read the chat. The only way they're gonna read y'all's comments is if you donate money. I ain't really like that, so I ain't gonna be like, hey, if you want me to respond to you, I'm only gonna respond to donations. But
yeah, like,
and also, to be fair, honestly, people who get donations like that, they got hella people and they chat. It's just like flying. So obviously they can't catch everything everybody's saying, but you get it. But I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking about that today. I was like, bro. My thing is I just want to be consistent, so I don't really have too much time to be going live all the time. So I just got to make the videos and then I just upload my videos. But I was like, I would like to go live more just because like the interaction is fun. Getting people's perspective is fun, and just uploading the clips from the live as segments or whatever, just for like YouTube, extra growth and shit like that. But yeah, great episode. We are officially 2 episodes away from the 100 episode special where we will be doing the live R&B Top 100.
They didn't take it off YouTube.
It told me they blocked it worldwide.
Well, we just watched it live.
What
last week. I was watching the video.
They didn't block it for like a couple days.
Bro, we just watched the video though, and you been had it up.
The one that we did last week, right?
Oh, you talking about that video? I'm talking about the 50. I'm talking about the last.
No, they ain't blocked the 50. That 50's still up there. It's copyrighted, but you can still watch
it. That's what I wanted to say. Go back, watch that hoe. Obviously, we went back and listened. That
was kind of trash. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a little trash bracket. We was kind of bugging a little bit. Some of them songs.
It still was a good episode.
It was fun. It was a good conversation. It was fun. So yeah.
But you gotta see the thing is like I'm gonna try to let go of my bias, obviously, because we were bringing in certain songs. We were trying to be. I guess we were getting a little competitive in a sense, but also you get a little music fatigue, and then when some songs have a certain vibe, bro, you might be in that vibe too. So I'm gonna try to come in clear, open. But when you listen to 100 straight songs, like you like, all right,
bro, we gotta let this hoe go.
But now we gonna have fun. R&B, I think R&B a little different because we couldn't really get into you can't hear the bars, you can't hear some of the best hooks when we do that. But the R&B songs, bro, you know it. Yeah. You know it. It come on, the intro, it come on, you like, all right, we good.
We rocking with this one. This how we going.
It's gonna be lit. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. But follow me on social media. DFred _ on Twitter, DFred Senior, DIFRN SR on Instagram. You can follow DFred Show as well. And that's what I got for the socials. Go follow those.
Y'all can follow me, Emerald Thoughts, on Twitter with a Z and not an S on Twitter. You can follow me at Emerald Thoughts on YouTube. That's the spiritual channel. Emerald Gaming and Reactions. That's the gaming and reaction channel.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out to everybody who watching on YouTube. Shout out to everybody who listens on SoundCloud. Yeah, shout out to motherfucker. Let me see. Shout out to you. Let me click on your
Charles
name.
Edwin Cheese.
Shout out to first of all, shout out to Flying Low, because Flying Low is a loyal listener, subscriber. He's always there, always commenting, talking, everything. So salute to Flying Low. But also, for the first time ever, salute to Charles Edward Cheese for the $500 donation. Salute to you, my brother. That's all we got, man. We'll see you guys next time. But, on this channel, I'll be back tomorrow with more shit to talk about. Go follow Bryce, Emerald Gamer, and Reactions. That's all we got, man. See you guys next time. It's your boy D. Fran, and
Neely.
peace.